Now, Dibble. That's how rumors get started. Such a brat. Such a brat, Dibble. I don't know. You and that Welsh brat, you make a good pair right there. Yep, yep, yep. No, I'm not quitting YouTube. Dork. Although, if I hear about when Jeffrey's birthday is one more time, I might consider it. For real. Uh-oh. Let me get that pin before I forget it. And good afternoon, TG and Dibble and Darlene and Joni. And Joni, I finally got my package out of the mailbox because the package got here a couple of days ago, but I haven't been able to get it out of my mailbox. My mom brought it in. And as always, a fantastic wrapping job. And thank you so much. And my stones are beautiful. And even the chip stones are beautiful. I'm like, oh, pretties. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Bobby. Oh my God, Bobby. Does he really? Is it Sunday? Oh my God. And he didn't get enough attention the one day that he said that it was his birthday, and all of a sudden he was leaving YouTube again. He's canceling. How do I delete stuff? Give me access to your YouTube, and I'll show you how to delete it. I promise. It'll be painless. Just poof, it's gone. And then he's taking a break, and then he's coming back, and then he's gone until Monday, but he's still here. And I'm just fucking go already. I was Miss Joni. My mom is like, "How do you get packages like that open?" I said, "Like this," and I grabbed the scissors. I was like, "She packs it up good, so nothing gets broken." And my challenge, my craft challenge stones are absolutely gorgeous. Although I feel like I only asked for two, and everybody else was like, "Oh, I'll take that one," and do you have this one and this one? And I'm like, "Damn, poor Mr. Jim's gonna go broke giving everybody stones when they're asking for so many each." But yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful stones. And the packing is always fantastic. I can never save the bubble wrap, but that's okay because what got here was all in one piece, except for the things that were already chipped that I called dibs on. Yeah, my mom didn't get the joke when I said, "Mom, bring me the hacksaw." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Never mind. It's an inside joke, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, Mom. Just use the scissors. It's okay." Yeah, and I try I do try not to comment in other people's chats. I really do. It might not look like it, but I do try not to comment when he's gets so stupid in other people's chats, and it's just really annoying. And my fingers have a mind of their own, and I can't. Hey, Bonnie Boo. Hey, Ted. And yeah, hacksaw. um, but they're just I just can't. My fingers just have a mind of its own, and they just type stuff and hit enter, and mm, you know. So I mean, at this point, I see him show up and say hi, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm leaving," because I know what's gonna happen, and it just irritates the crap out of me. And in case anybody hasn't actually noticed, for about a month, I've ignored everything to do with Jeffrey. I haven't said anything in chats. I haven't said anything in my lives for like a month or so, but it's still happening and it's still annoying me. So fuck it, you know. That's okay, Dibble. I understand. So I don't know. I figured a few people would be in Cajun's auction today, especially with Victoria over there. I mean, his auctions are always good, but there's Victoria. So I don't know how long I'll be on. My stomach's kind of tore up today, so yeah, I wouldn't either, TG. I mean, good God. I'm deleting my YouTube and my Facebook because people have hurt my feelings because they're not all paying attention to me when I say that I'm sad or that it's my birthday or that I have a job. Go to your job. Go play in the ocean with sharks. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm glad Victoria's house move is going well too. You want a Victoria deal? Yeah. Hi, Paul. Yeah, well, every man doesn't get a Victoria deal. That's for Todd. Don't go there, TG. Yep, perv. Sometimes, Dibble. Sometimes the better relationships are when they're not in real life. Because you don't actually have to deal with the person. If you get pissed off, you just turn your computer off. You know? Oh, is it really, Miss Joni? That's so awesome. I knew he had a birthday around now, but that's very cool. Hey, Danny May. I was depressed as fuck over the weekend, so I was not online. Where were you? You already knew that because you messaged me and I told you that, so nice try. Yeah, I stupidly held out hope that my son would actually message me and say Happy Mother's Day. As I said, I stupidly held out hope because I still haven't heard from him, so apparently not. Yeah. My mom tried to kind of cover for him today. She was like, well, maybe he just forgot it was Mother's Day. She goes, I forgot it was Mother's Day. I was like, he's got two roommates and he works at Wendy's. There's no way in fucking hell that somebody in his life over the weekend or before it did not say anything about Mother's Day anywhere. So no, not playing them. No. Mm-mm. See, my mom has that can use that as a thing because she's at home, and the only one she interacts with are my daughter and the grandkids who did not wish her happy Mother's Day. However, my daughter Kayla called her, whom we never hear from, but Kayla called her and wished her happy Mother's Day. So it was really freaky. But oh yeah, Danny May. Danny May sent me a Happy Mother's Day thing, and it's a mama duck with little baby ducks, and it's animated, so all the little ducks are wiggling their tails. It's really cute. Their tail feathers are just flying around all over the place. Yeah, Paul, this is the time to say that, considering I just said my Mother's Day was depressing as fuck. Thanks for the thought, though. I just did. There's no way for me to copy it and put it in to put it in an email or something for you. I don't know how to do that because whenever I go to copy a GIF, it never moves. So I mean, it would copy as a still picture, but not as a GIF, and you really lose something when you can't see their little tails wiggling. Yeah, supposedly I stole Victoria's minions. Believe me, if I did, nobody would ever find them again. We're talking they'd take a short walk right into the pier, of the pier. You know what I mean? Some tiny little cement boots. You'd never see them again. Nope. Little fuckers. Yeah, Darlene, I understand that. She just hasn't moved him from the old house to the new house. They're the last trip, Danny May. So everybody's saying I stole them because they're not in her background on her show. Yeah. Tiny little cement boots. Tiny ones, because they got tiny little fucking banana poop feet. Oh, you missed. Well, you're up north, aren't you, Paul? How come you're missing an accent? All you gotta do is turn around. You can hear the fucking accent. Come on. I saw your videos from New Hampshire and shit. What kind of accent up there? Yeah, I hate that fucking thing. I don't want anything I dislike being named after me. You guys don't even understand how much that irritates me. Yeah, it's cold there. Yeah. I mean, if there was something you absolutely couldn't stand and people named it after you, wouldn't that irritate you a little bit? It irritates me. Chat with you later. Behave yourself. Yeah, Danny May. Oh, there's Chris. Hi, Chris. Bye, Chris. Mm-hmm. Gotta say hi to him fast, folks, because he always says something to get himself timed out, and he does it on purpose, so don't feel bad for him. Yay, Danny May. 25 away from 1K. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So I really got nothing to talk about. I'm not feeling good. And cheese and tomato pizza. Nice. But I'll try and keep the show on for at least an hour, I suppose. Just I know I've missed the past couple ones and I haven't done any sales. Just haven't I haven't had the live vibe, you know what I mean? No, Danny may like a cheese pizza. Just cheese. Cheese pizza. Margarita pizza. They get so fancy. It's fucking cheese pizza. Thank you, Bobby. It's a combination thing, really. I mean, my stomach is legit tore up, but depression takes a lot out of you. You know, I mean, it kicks your ass. People don't realize that. Like, oh, I hope you feel better. Yeah, that's not really a thing with depression. You're either super depressed or you're not. I mean, I live with chronic pain depression, and then on top of that, there is my life. So, you know, um, it's a real thing. And when it hits hard, when I have bad episodes, we'll call them, I just don't want I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. You know, I mean, I do get up and take care of the dog, and I'll make something to eat, and I'll right back to bed. I don't want to look at the world. I don't want to talk to the world. I don't want anything to do with anything. And that's how last week and this weekend kind of was. So, hey, Groovy Giggle Girl,
Hi.
I love you. I miss you.
I love you too, and I miss you too.
How are you? How's your mom?
Yeah. She's we're trying to figure out if she's got a broken arm or not.
They still haven't sent you the results of the X-rays yet.
No.
That's, since
Yeah.
when do they have to send you results of an X-ray? Don't they usually? I mean, they've always given X-ray results right then.
Well, it was Friday afternoon and it was right before they closed. So, and her doctor is, 80 something flipping years old. Anyway, yeah. So we're still waiting to hear about that. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just sprained.
Yeah,
But anyway, so just a lot of waiting.
that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, if it's broken, shouldn't we go get it fucking fixed? Oh, I'm sorry. Damn.
No, seriously, because if it's broken and it starts setting, they have to re-break it.
Yeah, I know. So that's why
And
I'm kind of I'm on just, from my knowledge, it feels more like it's a sprain,
yeah,
but I don't know. Then she's like showing me all these things about myeloma cancer and stuff and bone pain. And I'm like, oh my God, Mom, you're going to kill me. It
yeah,
sucks having a mother as a nurse and me being a nurse because, we always,
stay off the internet, Mom.
right. That's what oh my gosh. My famous last words, Mama, stop looking it up on the internet.
Oh, so big news! My mom got a laptop.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the hugest news of the whole, I don't know, year.
She's
My
stepping
mom,
into the 90s.
I know, my mom hasn't had a computer since the 90s, early 2000s anyway. And I'm not really sure what she thinks she's going to do with it, because she used to have a hard time figuring out even how to get to her email, but it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Because she didn't tell me that she didn't give me her email address or anything. So it's like, oh, I have a computer, but you can't talk to me that way. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, alrighty. So I don't know, but yeah, she said that my daughter went to Best Buy uh, on over the weekend, over Mother's Day weekend, and got herself a new laptop for school for Mother's Day. And then while she was there, she picked up a laptop from my mother. I'm like, well, it would have been nice if one of my kids had gotten me, I don't know, anything. And she goes, oh, she didn't buy it for me. I paid for it, but she just picked it up for me. I'm like, oh, well, that was sweet of her.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, wow. So, yeah.
Well, when I have to get a new computer, I will send you my MacBook thing that I've got
No.
that I don't use for anything but talking to y'all and editing, or not editing, but doing the end screen for my videos. I don't do anything else with it.
Yeah. Well,
But
what I
I
want,
had to get it to get monetized because my computers upstairs are too old for YouTube's whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
You know why I had to do it. That's old
Yeah.
news. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I had to spend $800 to get monetized, y'all.
What I want to do eventually is get a laptop that I can keep out in my studio for my shipping,
Right.
because lugging the laptop back and forth sucks. It's
Right.
awkward, and I'm so afraid I'm going to drop my computer. And so that's
Yeah, I totally get that. But I'm serious. I will as soon as I need to upgrade, which I'm sure I'm going to have to soon. I'll send you mine. I'll wipe everything off of it and give it to you.
thank you. You're so sweet.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. Hey,
No,
y'all.
no, she's not. She's ignoring all of you because she loves me more.
Well, I can't see the chat anyway, so I just wanted to make sure I said hello to everybody.
I'm waiting for Wes to show up because he's got that low jack thing on you.
Yeah, well, my low jack's been turned off for about a week now, so he hasn't
Haha.
known where I'm at. I've been going through some rough stuff myself, so I get
I'm
it.
sorry, honey.
I'm sorry that you're going through the shit you're going through too. Stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
me too. I'm like, you would think 1 out of 3 of my kids at least would still like me, but no, my son just topped off the trifecta of children that hate me. So yay!
Yeah, well, in his defense, devil's advocate, he is a guy. Well, I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have kids, so I don't know. I don't have brothers and sisters, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
You know
either.
what I mean? I have my mom, and I think she's the best thing next to frozen water. I don't know. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Wes was modding last night, and they went really long. They were still going at like 4:30 this morning.
Yeah, he's probably crashed. No, it's just sometimes I need my space. I need time for me away from everything, and plus my mom not being able, her arm hurts so bad that I have to help her wash her hair and shower her and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of draining.
And see that right there, that situation right there is why I have to be so freaking careful with everything I do. Because if I injure
Yeah.
myself and can't do anything for myself, I'm screwed. I have absolutely nobody that can help me on a daily basis. So,
Well, if my mom's okay to take care of herself, I'll be down to South Carolina to help you if I can. I'm not kidding. I would. I
I
would help
know.
anybody that I could. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, 96 gal. Welcome. Bonnie said frozen water is pretty awesome right about now.
Right,
Okay.
Bonnie? I don't know where I am. It's hot and cold. And it keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah.
The only place I would want frozen water right now is in a mixed drink, and I can't afford to have those. So,
Margaritas.
look at rocks, man. Yeah.
So I kind of know how I mean, I do know. I don't know how you feel with regards to the Mother's Day thing, but I know how you feel about the whole, like when I go into a depression, I like go deep into the
Yes.
depression, and it's there for however long it lasts, and then good Lord, that's a loud truck. Then I pop back up once in a while.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not. My
I
depression is
also,
constant.
oh,
My depression is constant. I mean,
yes, that's what I was gonna say.
but I have like it'll
It's
go like 2 or 3 weeks, and all of a sudden it'll get really bad, and I just want nothing to do with anything. Everything irritates the shit out of me. I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yep.
And you know, I just everybody
Most,
leave me the
yeah.
fuck alone. And the thing is, I won't give a damn about anything either. If it's real bad, I won't care. You know,
Right.
and then I'll feel bad that I don't care, but then I won't care that I feel bad. It's bad. It will last like maybe 2 or 3 days, and
Yeah.
then it'll lift so that I'm still depressed, but it's lighter depression. I'm able to joke around with you guys. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, she's always joking around and making people laugh and da da da. She can't be depressed." Yeah, I can.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say, was
Yeah,
that, y'all might think, oh, she's happy in the chat, or she's, hey, everybody, and happies and hearts and smiley faces and shit. But behind the screen, the keyboard, your
yeah,
face is like dropped down to the ground and you're feeling like crap.
yeah,
But it also hurts when other people that you are friends with online are sad too. Larry's going through some crap. Victoria's going through a change,
yeah.
so that kind of and it all affects me, and this, adds to my sadness, because these are the people who make me happy and they're sad, and that fucking sucks.
Right.
Sorry.
Yep. It all ties in, and being empathic when I'm around, even online, around people that are going through things, I can feel it. And sometimes it's hard to disassociate what's my personal emotions and what's their emotions. And So I'm like, wow, why am I crying right now? You know, and it's like I don't realize
Right.
that it's actually coming from somebody else sometimes.
Yeah, I often wonder if I do have a little bit of empath tendencies because that does happen to me,
Yeah.
and it really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Along with all the crap that you're feeling on your own.
Yeah. And sometimes it just gets overwhelming and you have to be like, nope, I'm out for a little while, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Like I'm watching my
It happens.
channel go right down the toilet in front of my face.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
almost to
actually
the point that I have to. It's almost like the point that I'm at right now is if I were to upload a video tomorrow, it'd be like starting all over again from the beginning, based
mm,
on analytics. So
that would
yeah,
suck.
it sucks, but I have to get back out there. But I can't until I can deal with my mom's stuff and my stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
At least my coughing isn't quite as bad as it was before.
That's true. Because
But
that was, I felt so bad you couldn't even talk and you were coughing up a storm.
yeah, it still happens, but it's not as much as it has been, so that's good. But there's also the depression of not doing what you love to do,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to explain it. And knowing that there are people that who are your subscribers who are digging around in your dumpsters, you feel kind of like, well, why should I bother going out? Because they've already gotten the good stuff.
Did you
So
get
there's
up?
that.
Did you get upset? All right, hold on. I gotta Devil wrote something in here.
Mm.
Where'd it go? Did you get upset when my neighbor shot his family the other night? Police was there again today. I didn't. You're too far away for me to feel that. I was worried about you, but you know,
Oh,
I don't.
wow, Debbie.
Yeah, she's a bit, like, got a little punk of a neighbor. Apparently, he likes to shoot people.
Apparently so. Holy moly.
But oh, Dibble, I did find out. Remember, I told Dibble because the night that her neighbor shot his family, um, that night, just as it was starting to get dark out over here, there was this really bright flash and a boom that was so loud it shook my house. Not
Wow.
just the windows, but the whole house. It felt like an earthquake. And I'm like, what in the hell was that? And I'm thinking like my neighbor's gas grill blew up or something. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I didn't hear any sirens. So I was like, okay, well, apparently it's not important enough to need an ambulance. I'm not going out, getting up and going out there. The flash turned out to be a transformer about 3 streets away. That's how bright it was. The transformer blew up.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of thought that it was electrical because it was a white flash, not a yellow or orange flash, you know? And usually electrical explosions are like a white or
Right.
like a bluish, you know.
Blue. Yeah, I was going to say blue is what we see when a transformer explodes.
And yeah, well, I mean, it was 3 streets away, and it lit up over here and shook my house, so it was pretty big boom.
Wow.
I never lost power though, so that's why that wasn't the first thing that I thought of. But later on, when I was like, I wonder what that was, and I'm like, it was blue, maybe it was a transformer. And yeah, I asked the neighbors a couple days ago. I was like, did you guys see a big flash out here or hear that boom? And they're like, oh yeah, it was a transformer down there. And I'm pointed like down, like 3 streets away down, and I'm like, holy crap.
Well, on the positive, I have a new Dateline to look out for, Debbie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that didn't sound right, did it?
Yep. Yep. The kid that lives across the street. You know, hopefully his dad stops lying for him. I mean, if the kid shot his dad, come on. Why are you going to lie for somebody who shot you? Hello? There comes a time the kid needs to learn a lesson, you know?
Yeah. I yeah.
I mean, one time, get in trouble, I can see covered for your kid as long as nobody got hurt. But if he didn't learn his lesson after that first time, then stop it because you're not helping him.
Right. Just crazy people in this world.
I never did that with my son. When yeah,
I couldn't ever imagine hurting my mom at all.
I
Ever.
couldn't either.
Anyway.
Yeah. Debbie, then people need to get some paintball guns. You know what I mean? Start shooting that drone out of the air with paintball guns. With
Well,
frozen paintballs.
and it may not be popular with everybody in the chat, but I don't like guns. I don't agree with guns. I agree, it's your right to have them, but I just don't see the need in having a assault rifle that semi-automatic. What do you got to shoot with that?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
the only time those might be necessary if you're getting attacked by a bunch of wild pigs, because those are vicious little things. But other than that, no, you don't need one.
So I'm just saying, it's
But
my say I don't like them.
but then again, there's the situation where this kid's got a drone and he's peeking on kids and annoying the neighbors. Nah, that drone needs to get shut down. Now you don't need to use a real gun to do it. You can use a paintball gun. You just stick those paintballs in the freezer for a little while, like 24 hours, and they are rock hard like a bullet, and it works. Shoot that sucker right out of the sky.
Well, look at what the damage those TikTok videos are doing with those what are they called, Orbeez? Or
I have no idea. I don't do TikTok.
Well, I don't do TikTok either, but
Hey,
I hear
Kristen.
about it. That those little balls that you put water in them and they grow. Well, people are putting those Orbeez in paintball guns and shooting them at people.
I would break that gun over someone's head if they did that to me. I would.
And just to clarify, I have bad, what do you call it? My dad used to have a lot of guns and he would point them at me. Whether they were loaded or not, you never point a fucking gun at anybody.
No, you don't.
My dad used to do that to me. So that's why I'm not a fan of them.
Kid is 36 or older. Well, he's not really a kid then. He's just an asshole. He needs to go. Stays in the pool house rent free. Where can I get a deal like that?
Like Kato Kalin.
Right? Hey, I got gloves too. I'd fit right in.
Don't ask me why that's making me laugh, but it is.
Although technically this month I am living rent free because the landlord still hasn't come to pick up the rent yet.
Oh, he'll be there.
I asked him on Monday. I was like, "Do you know when you're going to be coming to pick up the rent?" He goes, "No, I'm still in Central. I'll let you know when I'm back in Anderson." I'm like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
it's not like it's going anywhere, but it's just the thing is though is that if I don't know when he's going to come get it, he'll text me with "I'll be there in 10 minutes" on some random day, and I don't hear the text if I'm sleeping.
Right.
Which means he shows up, he knocks on the door, the dog barks, wakes me up. Then I gotta jump around and get everything organized and grab the rent and get in a wheelchair. And there's a process. And if I'm rushing, it will hurt my back. And I'll end up having muscle spasms in my back. And I really don't like that when that happens. So,
Right.
I just like let me know, let me know the day ahead of time. Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow to pick up the rent. I'll be like, okay, and I'll stay awake so that doesn't happen.
Right.
Because with my system, when I'm sleepy and I'm tired, I go to sleep. That's how it works. I might only be asleep for an hour, but if my body says sleep, that's what I do.
Same here.
I agree, Cajun. Being a kid was way better than having to adult.
I so agree. Is that Chris?
Yeah, he's back.
Chris!
He's back from his 5-minute vacation. We don't know how long he'll be staying, but he's back for now.
He just wanted to get a listing done. Come on. Y'all know his routine.
Right? I don't like adulting.
Adulting sucks.
It does.
It really does. I mean, and especially for me. Yeah. I've always had everybody else do it for me. So I'm learning to be an adult near 50.
I'm wondering why my laptop is not charging. That's not good.
And sadly, they're having the I guess you want to call it a funeral. I don't know, for my grandpa at
Yeah.
the June in Utah where he lived. I mean, he's from California, but anyway, he ended up there. And so my mom has to go. And I'm like, me, I'm a nervous Nelly about everything. And I'm not going because never mind, I'm not going to talk about it. But
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
not, I'm not going because I shouldn't go for my own safety reasons.
Yeah.
But she's going to go, and I'm like flipping out about it. Because not only will I be unsupervised for 2 weeks.
Good Lord. Chris said
Yeah.
Chris said he was driving, so he couldn't chat anyway. And Darlene wants to know what happened to your picture, but I see her picture fine, Darlene. So I do not know what you're talking about. She's like, "What happened to Kathy's avatar pic?" It's on the screen as far as I can see it.
I can see it on my screen.
Debbie said, "Traveling for a senior, no way. I don't like it."
Oh, my mom?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it because she's dead set on going because she's the second of 6 children, and the older sister is only 9 or 10 months older than her. I mean, like, as soon as grandpa could get back in there, grandma let him in, and mama was conceived. So
Okay. Well, apparently your avatar is not showing up on YouTube.
really, that's
Yeah.
weird. It shows up on mine, on my StreamYard anyway.
Yeah, it's on my StreamYard. I don't have YouTube pulled up.
That's weird. I can leave and try again.
Yeah, Darlene sent me a screenshot. It's just a white circle. Well, it's not interfering with you talking, so, but I guess she's going to do that anyway. Okay. Yeah, Bobby, if her arm is still messed up, she won't be able to help herself, so that's going to be interesting. Well, we'll see if she comes back if you guys can see it. Boop. And she's back. Okay, can you guys see her picture now? Because if not, it's just not going to be there and she's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I will super glue her ass into the StreamYard so she can't go. And Darlene, like, it's okay. She didn't have to leave. Yeah, well, too late now. TG said nope.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. YouTube glitch.
Yeah. I don't look any different. I'm just saying. Well,
Dibble said, well, Kathy, my mom is gone for 2 months, so I'm just saying, personally, it makes me so nervous. I will always say no to senior traveling because I'm a worrywart.
oh yeah, no, have no doubt, Debbie, that my mom has had an earful from me for the last 3 months. They've been planning it, or however long since Grandpa passed away. They've been planning it because it's all for the 6 kids, which I get. But then my aunt has invited all of her 6 kids and all of their kids and their kids and then their grandkids and all that crap.
Your family needs a new hobby.
Well, my mom, she stopped at 1. I'm just saying, she had 6 all rolled into 1.
TG said you wrapped in bubble wrap. That's why they can't see your picture.
Ah, that might be it. That might be it.
Yeah, it's not showing up for anybody.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's
I
there
can
for
see
me.
her. I can see her, so screw all y'all. I can
Yeah,
see
no, I'm really worried about it. I told her, I said, am I going to have to quarantine you for 2 weeks at a hotel before you come home? Because I'm just saying.
Right?
Well, because I know my aunt, her older sister, is, let's go shopping here. Let's go shopping there. Let's blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, you're going there to say goodbye to grandma and grandpa and put them in their little thing that you bought, their whatever. They're going to put the ashes together and whatever. You know, I don't understand why you got to go. I just don't get it. But there again, I haven't had anybody close to me other than my ex-husband die. So,
Yeah. And Darlene's wondering when the trip is.
it is at the end of June. I don't know the exact dates because she won't tell me because I'm worried. I don't know. I don't think they have the exact dates worked out, but it's the end of June. So I'm going to have to take her to the airport and put her on a plane. But I don't trust her siblings. I don't to keep her safe. I can't go.
Well, I hope her arm is okay by then.
So do I. But she'll go anyway. She's hard-headed. I don't know where she got that from. Oh, yeah, her dad. It's probably why he lived to 96. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be worried the whole time they're gone. She's gone. I don't know. I'm going to...
Dibble said, Kathy, I'm having surgery alone without my mom here.
Aw, Debbie. I know. I've had oral surgery too. I get it.
So Dibble and Kathy are both going to be unsupervised for an extended length of time. I'm a little afraid. I don't know I don't know if the East Coast can handle that.
Right?
Isn't it hurricane season soon or something?
I think that's October. Could be wrong. No, I mean, like we used to, I mean, I've flown more times than I can ever count, but, and so has she. So I'm not worried about the plane flight. I just am worried about her stupid sisters.
Actually,
talking her into shit. That's
hurricane season is from June 1st to November 30th. So.
Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to Utah, so I don't know what the hurricanes won't really affect.
Yeah, but you're going to be still on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah, but we don't get anything over here from hurricanes except for rain.
Okay, my stoned little giggle girl. Think about this. You and Dibble are unsupervised during hurricane season. So I wonder if the hurricane will be named Kathy or Debbie. Got it now?
Yeah, I get it now.
Okay. I need a raise.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, 96 gal.
Didn't you say that already? I feel like deja vu.
No, I said hi.
No, but you said hi to 96 girl a while ago, I thought.
Yeah, now I'm saying bye. She's leaving.
Oh, I thought you said hi. Never mind.
How them gummies, Kathy?
Strong.
Danny Mae is singing All by Myself in her head.
All by myself. Yes, I did that poorly on purpose. From Half Baked. Dude's in the jail shower and he's got the soap on a rope and he says, all by myself. And then you're dun, dun, dun. And his soap drops to the floor and there's this big dude walking up behind him to hand it to him.
Uh-huh.
Where's Kevin? He would know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Kevin doesn't really verbalize anymore. If he lurks, I don't know it.
Oh, he lurks. I'm sure he lurks.
He never really says much in chat or comes on panel anymore. I miss him.
I know, me too.
Ugh.
In my head, I'll be throwing a big party. That's for sure.
Right? Did you just snort?
I did.
You did. Big girl snorted.
Yeah, I snorted. Where does have mercy come from?
I don't know.
Really? Have mercy. Really?
The guy from Full House,
Yeah, you got it.
John Stamos, whose
Have
hair will
mercy.
live on in history forever.
I know, right?
Have mercy. Sorry, what I remember from that show most was how rude.
Oh yeah, the little girls.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how screwed up 80s teenage kids are? I mean, how
Right?
how screwed up the 80s teen or kid stars were?
Yeah.
They all got messed up, man. Well, except for Kirk Cameron and Candace Cameron. But
I wouldn't necessarily say they weren't screwed up. They went the opposite direction and it still screwed them up.
well,
Depends on your point of view.
true. But they didn't get screwed up like
Hi, Danny Mae. Love you, girl.
bye Danny Mae. The Coreys, the two Coreys, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah, they got screwed up.
I mean, Corey Haim is dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a shame. River Phoenix, all those
Yeah.
pinups I had on my wall from my magazines back in the 80s.
Well, the what's his name? The kid that did the Left Behind movies, Kirk Cameron. He went from, child star to preaching at everyone to then doing hardcore Christian movies and things like that. So,
Yeah.
for someone like me, that is an extreme that needs to not ever happen. Don't preach at me. Shut up. Leave me alone.
Well, I'm a believer in what you believe in, what you believe in, and I believe in what I believe in, but I'm not going to shove myself on you. I mean,
Right.
I was a witch. Well, because I've told you, but I was a practicing Wiccan
Right.
before So anyway, but I don't go, oh, bad, Kodi.
Right.
No. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I still love you.
I
I
love
mean,
you.
you know what I mean?
I still love you.
I don't
Okay.
mean it to sound like that, but you know what I'm saying is that I love everybody. You believe what you want to believe, and
I don't believe in forcing or pushing religion on anybody. I mean, we were talking about
no, because it's the first thing that does is push you away. Like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, go away.
They were talking about Oral Roberts University and we have Bob Jones University near me that's in Greenville, South Carolina, and it's a
Okay.
religious college. It's a fanatical religious college. I mean, they are so right wing religion. Oh, their students are so fucking annoying. You don't even know how many of them I had to kick out of the Walmarts that I worked when I was working loss prevention because their students would come in with their handfuls of literature and accost customers to the point where they'd grab your shopping cart so you couldn't go anywhere. Even if you had kids in the shopping cart, whatever, they grab onto it so you couldn't leave. You had to listen to them. I had to grab so many of them and kick them the fuck out. I've said, look, there's no soliciting allowed, and that includes soliciting God. So get the hell out. I was like, you can't do that in here. And they're like, oh, we want a manager. I was like, fine. And I'd call the manager. He's like, yeah, you can't do that in here. Go away. Yeah.
Yeah. See, my whole thing is that the whole witnessing thing. Your best witness to anybody is a reflection of your life. So if
Yeah.
you want to witness to other people, then they should be able, and this is where I am now, they should be able to see Christ in me. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't have to shove it down their throat. Just be an
Right.
example.
Yeah.
That's all, of
But I mean,
whatever it is you believe.
when it comes to the point where they're grabbing onto people or grabbing their shopping carts and they're interfering with their ability to move around the store,
Yeah, that's a huge
That's
turn.
violating. That's crossing a line. You don't touch people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
right.
I had to remove dozens of them over 2 years. I think I probably kicked probably about 50 or 60 of them out of our stores. And they put up a fight with it. We even had at a couple of times in different stores, we had like the lawyers from Bob Jones University call, because yes, the college has its own set of lawyers. Shocking, right?
Right.
And they would call and say, well, you know, your loss prevention accosted our students and da da da. And our people would be like, your students were accosting our customers. Shut the fuck up and go away. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
they think they can do whatever they want because God's on their side, right? They
I,
take it to an extreme, and
I just, yeah, no,
it gives the religion a bad name. It really does.
it does. Because I don't believe in shoving stuff down anybody's throat, no matter what it is.
And Bob Jones University, they finally started accepting when they got a lot of flack a while back. I made a rhyme. They got a lot of flack a while back about not having not having anybody except white students. So there was a lot of racist things floating around. So they started accepting students of other color. But if a white student and someone that's not white were caught holding hands or being too close, they would both get in trouble.
Really?
Oh yeah. There
Wow.
was no gay tolerance whatsoever. There was no interracial tolerance whatsoever. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't believe in any. I mean, I don't.
And the school enforced it.
Yeah.
There were kids that got kicked out. There was a black girl and a white guy that were holding hands. They both got expelled because they were holding hands. And that was the reason on the paperwork. They showed it on the news. Paperwork was, you know, interacting intimately with um a different race or something. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they worded it, but yeah, it was racist bullshit.
Well, that's just
So,
stupid because humans are humans.
yep.
I'm a human. I, mm.
So, I
I'm
mean,
calming myself.
there was absolutely no tolerance in the school whatsoever for anything other than white, right wing, Christian go getters, you know?
Right.
With money, you had to have money too. If you were poor, you didn't count.
See, and I think
So,
that's crap too. I just, you know,
and that kind of shit is what gives Christianity a bad name.
it is. It really does.
You know, I've always maintained it's not the religion that I have a problem with, it's its followers. Because some of those fuckers are crazy, you know?
Well, and you know, I'm a Baptist, and you know, I grew up in the Bible Belt, kind of. I mean, I was in you know, I grew up in California till we left when I was 12, and we moved to Mississippi, and then I was in the crux of the Bible Belt. Um, but crap, I lost my thought. I,
Crazy
I
religion.
I just don't believe in that whole shoving stuff down people's throat and
Yeah.
saying, "Are you saved?" Or, you know, "Did you accept Jesus Christ as your savior?" And, you know, I just think that if your life or how you act reflects who you are, then people will say to you, you know, they'll see that in you, and then they'll come to you, and then you can share witness to them and share your story or whatever. But you don't go beating them down, trying to hunt them down and say, "You need to," well, you know what I'm saying?
I do because I literally was mobbed by people screaming at me that I needed God and Jesus and all that while I was at work at a gas station. I literally had like 15 people in this tiny little gas station store screaming at me that I was going to hell. And it was it was the commissioner for the area's Baptist churches that made them all stop and go away. I was like, thank you. And he had the coolest fedora on. I mean, the guy had literally was wearing a fedora. He was like 5'2", little black man. And he was like, what is wrong with y'all? You're not even acting like Christians. You know Christians aren't supposed to do that. Get out of here and leave that girl alone.
Well, that's right. I mean,
Yep.
you're supposed to live a Christian like life. I know I don't always, a lot of the time because
Well, a couple of them looked like they were going to try and drag me over the counter, literally going to try and drag me over the counter. At which point, I would have taken out a lot more of them than they would have been able to get hits in on me. Trust me. But he was like, "You look like you were about to come over that counter and start kicking their asses." I was like, "It was close." He goes, "Well, then I did a good thing. I just saved all of them." But yeah, he actually run one of the funeral homes here in town, and there were like three different Baptist churches that he was the leader of. He was in charge of the committee for the Baptist churches here in town, and he's like, that was a horrifying display. I was like, you're telling me I've been listening to it for 15 minutes before you got here. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I mean, like I would never say to you, "Oh my God, Kodi, you're going to hell. You're gonna fry, and you need to accept Jesus and all." I mean,
Yeah.
That's not how to win over people.
I mean, even in the Bible, it says that Jesus said to share the love of the Lord with others. If they don't wish to listen, brush the sand off your sandals and walk on.
Right.
Don't Jesus never said shove it down their throat until they choke.
Well, if you read the Bible, Jesus was an example. I'm just saying that,
Well, according to the Gideons, the only way to get through the gates to get to heaven is to live your life as Jesus did.
Well, the Bible that I know and the Bible that I trust says that the way to get to heaven is to accept Jesus as your savior, and he doesn't require anything else.
But you know what? So many people
We are
use
saved by God's grace. Christians
many,
are saved by God's grace and nothing else. You can't do anything. Nothing that you do. I could give to 1 million people $1 million each. And if I don't have Jesus in my heart, then I'm not going to heaven. You know what I mean? It's free. I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm just saying that's where I came to a decision. I'm just saying. Anyway, never mind.
What's funny though is that there are people that will use that to justify everything they do. Like Issa and her views on religion are absolutely hysterical. But she once told me that she could do whatever she wanted because as long as she accepts Jesus in her heart, she's going to heaven. And of course, me being me, I looked at her.
Well,
I was like, "So you're telling me you could go around slapping people's babies and you're still going to heaven?" She goes, "Yes." I'm like, "Really?" I was like, "So you're telling me that if Hitler, right before he was blown up, accepted Jesus as his savior and all that, and accepted him in his heart, Hitler's in heaven?" She goes, "If he did that, then yes." I'm like, "Then I'd rather go to hell because they got some crappy people in heaven." I'm like, there ain't no way that if someone would allow someone who did that to everybody. Nope. I'd rather be in hell. I'm like, mm-mm. So guess what? I'm driving the bus. Anybody that wants to party, hop on. I mean, seriously.
I mean, it's true that people on their deathbed can accept Christ. Only God knows if your heart is true.
Dibble. Dibble said she loves Jesus, but could we please talk about her boobs? It's getting awkward.
I love Debbie's boobs. They are the best boobs I have ever seen.
I don't know. They keep changing, and that kind of scares me.
I know, right? They go from flowers to moons to.
Sometimes there are 3 of them. It's.
I'm just saying that, if you're a Christian and you're a religious person, try not shoving stuff down people's throat, and you might get a little further. That's all.
Just be nice to people, and if people don't believe what you believe in, that doesn't mean they're wrong and you're right, or you're right
That's
and they're
right.
wrong.
Because none of us knows if we're right. I mean, I'm just saying.
Because you know what? Not a single motherfucker has come back from the dead to tell anybody which one is right.
I know. I so want to ask my ex-husband so bad. I don't mean that. I'm not laughing at the fact that he passed away, but I'm like, damn, he fucking knows now. He knows the answer.
Well, you would think that John would have at least you would think that John would have at least come back and let me know, but no, that fucker can't do anything he's supposed to do.
Well, my ex-husband is a Wiccan, so
Not the way he behaves, he's not.
well, no, yeah, I agree with you in that.
He might claim to be one, but that doesn't make him one because Wiccans are not supposed to do any harm, and he's done a hell of a lot of harm.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, marry we meet, marry we part. I know. Yeah.
He's more like Wicker, not Wiccan.
Right.
That shit that looks comfortable, it hurts like hell when you sit on it.
But you know, I'm still having a hard time getting over it.
I know, honey. I know you are.
Because you know what? Along with all the bad, there's still all of the good.
Yep.
And my mom says, you know what? You're just having a fight within yourself of the man you hated and the man that you loved. And she has the same struggle because she loved him too, but my God, he threatened to kill her
Right.
right to her face. I mean,
Yeah, no, I get it. I
so
do.
you know, she's like, but I understand how you're feeling. And then I feel how his wife feels, or his widow, you know, I don't, never mind. That.
I understand completely. I do. Cuz like with John with his drinking, it's literally like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Two totally different people when he's sober and when he was drinking. So he was a complete dick when he drank. I mean, John was a complete asshole when he drank. And yeah, you know it. Don't even look at me like that. Um, but when he was sober, he was amazing. So, I mean, before he even died, I was having to deal with the fact that, I love the man, but there were parts of him that I could not stand. There were parts of him that I hated. The drinking, whenever he drank, I hated that. And, I am really glad that he sobered up the last 2 years of his life. He stopped drinking completely, and he did it on his own. Um, with his pancreatitis and everything, the drinking was literally going to kill him. So he put it down. He never picked it back up again, and I was so proud of him for that. That and working to get walking again, so that he could spend time with his kids. And I'm just it pisses me off though that he died just as he was starting to get back into what his life should have been.
Right.
But I still, I can still say with complete positivity that he was a dick when he drank. And it doesn't matter that he's gone now. The fact that he was a dick when he drank is still a very prevalent part in my brain because the man gave me PTSD with his drinking. So, I'm a lot of people, as soon as someone dies, it's like they try and brush off the bad shit.
Exactly what I was going to say. My struggle is that all of the good memories have come back now that he's passed away, and the shit that he did to me is like on the back burner, and it's weird. I don't know.
Well, like my dad was a complete asshole, and when he died, everybody was like, "Oh, Jack was a good man." And I'm sitting in this room with all these people at his wake, going, "Who the fuck are you lying about? He was a dick. You guys couldn't stand him." I'm like, "What is going on here?" But all of a sudden, he was a wonderful person. I'm like, "No, he wasn't. He was an asshole. He was an asshole to you. He was an asshole to you. Where the hell have all of you people been the past 20 years? Not around because he was an asshole and you didn't want to be around him. That's where, you know." But all of a sudden, he was this great person. I cannot stand that fakeness. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, he had good moments, but my dad was more of a dick than he was a good person. He was just mean. He was mean to everyone.
My dad's a dick too, and he's still alive, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I know.
So,
He lives a mile from me, and I haven't talked to him in like 10 years.
but it's like as soon as they die, all of a sudden they're an awesome person. Hey, Caroline. It's like, no, acknowledge the fact that they were an asshole. Why are you denying that all of a sudden? I don't get it. It reeks of fakeness to me.
Do you know what
So,
made me feel better? It was his 11. I mean, let's see, how old is Zoe? She's 11, I think. And because he's an anti-vaxxer, he was an anti-vaxxer and all this other crap. He had a lot of shit come down on his wife's page and his page and his daughter's page and all this other stuff from people that they don't even know. And Zoe wrote, my dad may not have been the best person in the world, but he doesn't deserve to, y'all don't deserve to be treating him like this. So my thoughts on that are, it makes me feel better to know that they thought he was an asshole too. It's not me.
yeah, no,
But for his
yeah.
11-year-old to be smart enough and keen enough and what's the word I'm looking for, Kodi? Uh, I don't know, smart enough to realize that he was a dick sometimes, because I'm sure he treated her, Kathy, the other Kathy, the same as he did me. I can't imagine him changing.
Yeah.
So they had their ups and downs just like we did, but she didn't get to the point where he, stalked her and shit.
Right.
And actually, I was with him longer than she was.
Yeah.
She sent me a Facebook message, but I refused to read it because I don't want to get in there. I don't have the headspace for that because of my beliefs on the vaccine and that.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that shit. Never mind.
Well, I mean, I fully acknowledge that John had his asshole moments, and he had a lot of them, But when it came right down to it, and it was, between a rock and a hard place, he was my rock. He was there for me, and he helped me, and I helped him when he needed it. So, but he did give me PTSD because of his damn drinking. So, the good and the bad, the ugly, but we were bonded on a really weird level, and I miss his ass a lot. And I'm still pissed off at him for leaving when he did, because he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't allowed, and he never did listen to me. Always asked my advice, then never took it. Fucker.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, because even though I wasn't with him and he did stalk me, who the fuck is he to leave?
Yeah.
Sorry. Fucking dumbass. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm really mad. I'm mad at his mother. I'm mad at his father. I'm mad at his whole fucking family, because I think his father was part of the reason why he thought the way that he did, and that's not how he normally thought. So to this point right now, they still have sent me messages, and I won't return because I'm still fucking pissed off at them
Yeah.
that he's gone. It was no reason for him to go, not one whatsoever. A year before that, in February of 2020 or 20, well, yeah, February 2020, I guess 2 years, I would have accepted it, but I don't right now, because he had every opportunity to get the shit that might keep him from dying from it. So
Right. Yeah. John always called me his oracle, because whenever I gave him advice, if he took it, what I said would happen, and it would, work out. But if he didn't take it, he'd get all kinds of fucked up. And so he used to call me his oracle. He'd ask me for advice. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to get accomplished. This is what I'm going to do. How do you think this is going to work out? And I was like, you're fucked. I was like, don't do that. Because
right.
to me, I can see it in stages, and it's common sense, and just don't do that. And he would ignore me. He'd do it, and he'd get all kinds of fucked up. And I'm like, I told you. And he'd be like, I know, I should have listened to you. I was like, why don't you try listening before you do it next time? Ugh, men.
And I'm sad because he had such a he was so intelligent. So I mean, honestly, he's a loss to the world because he was so smart, and he was a great person. He's just a dick, though.
He was a great person, but he's a dick.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's really a big fucking tug of war. And you know what?
No, I get it.
My ex family, they have no idea what I'm going through and struggling with the fact that he's gone.
I know.
I know a lot of people wouldn't. They'd be like, why the fuck do you care? He abused you. He treated you terribly. He threw you over tables and punched you and beat you, and never mind.
I get it. I do. I got into fistfights with John too, usually to protect other people that couldn't defend themselves when he was drinking. But
Right.
still, it was not fun getting in fistfights with him and shit like that.
But it's kind of like, when two people are in love and the school bus came and I lost my train of thought. Shit. Never mind, it might come to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just it's hard to explain to people. I mean, a lot of people are like, why would you care? Well, because I spent 13 years of my life with him. And at that point, that was half my life.
Yeah.
And, not everybody is as terrible. The situation isn't as terrible as other people's. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's not really a contest on whose situation is more
Work.
traumatic. It's all traumatic and it all affects you emotionally, one way or the other.
Right.
Because when you love somebody with all of your heart and then they treat you badly, it's like your heart doesn't understand why, and you'll never understand why because even they don't know why.
And just from reading posts and talking to my sister-in-law way back in the day and my niece and everything, he treated her the same as he treated me, just not to the same point.
Yeah.
He got to the point where he abused me, and I don't know that he had gotten to that point with her yet. I don't know. Maybe because they had a kid. I don't know. And then I feel bad too, because poor Zoe, she's gonna be without her dad. And
Welcome back, Dibble.
anyway,
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain it to other people because people didn't understand why, with all the shit that I went through with John, why I would want anything to do with him. But it's one of the reasons that my oldest daughter was all like, you can't see the grandkids because you still have something to do with him, and da da da. I mean, she was using it against me to try and control what I did, and that wasn't going to fly with me. So I wasn't able to see my grandkids for like 7 years because she didn't like him. She didn't want him around. So, because I was still friends with him and still associated with him, I didn't get to see my grandchildren because that's how controlling my oldest is.
that's messed up. Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh.
She gets what she wants, or you don't get what you should have. So, yep.
Or you could be me and know that we were going to name our first kid Zoe if it was a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandkids don't really even know me at this point because my daughter has kept me from seeing them. I mean, my grandson is going to be 17 years old in July. My
Oh, wow.
granddaughter will be 16 or 15 in June, and I barely know them at all because my daughter has kept me away from them for so many years.
I'm sorry, Kodi.
And I mean, these are my kids and my grandkids are the only blood that I have because I'm adopted. So they're the only blood family I have, and I mean, I don't get to have anything to do with any of them. My son doesn't want anything to do with me, and my middle child calls me her incubator. My oldest daughter thinks I'm toxic. So, and I'm afraid to talk to my grandkids because if I say anything that upsets them in any way, shape, or form, and they're teenagers, so that means I could say hello and they could get upset. And that's the end of me having anything to do with them. So, yeah. So yeah, it's been a great week and weekend. I'll name one of my goose babies only for you. Oh, Zoe, only for you. Aw, Dibble's gonna name a goose baby Zoe for you.
Aw, thanks, Debbie.
Hopefully, it's not one that gets eaten.
It would be fitting though if one did. That would be my luck.
I could see Debbie now naming the goose babies after YouTubers and being in her backyard yelling out
Just be
all the YouTubers.
Kathy!
Yeah, all the YouTubers' names and shit. People like, what the hell? That would be funny.
No, but I think that with the intimate relationships that we have with people, that we know the good side too, though. You know, it's
Yeah.
and that's where the
Oh,
tug of war struggle begins.
oh, if she names one of those gooses Jeffrey, make sure it's one that the turtles are going after. No offense to the turtles or the duck, but that one would definitely have a target on it. Don't do that to one of the babies. Don't name it Jeffrey because it will end up leaving the pond and never coming back, and then come back and
It'll keep threatening, but it'll never leave.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes.
No, he was doing that 2 days in a row. I'm leaving because he'd post something in a fucking chat, and everybody wouldn't jump on it, and all of a sudden he's leaving again. But he didn't put that in the first place. He tried getting attention first, and when he didn't get the attention, then he would post that he was leaving, and then he all of a sudden would get the attention. I think in one of the chats I actually said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, if you're gonna go, just fucking go." I was so my fingers had a mind of their own. I was just like, ah.
Well, it's sad because I feel sorry for him that he feels that that's the way that he needs to get attention from people, because that's just not how you do it.
Don't feel sad. He's doing it on purpose. That's his whole thing.
I know, but that's a mental illness, though.
Oh, please. At this point, everybody has mental illness.
Well, sure, we all do.
This is a fucker who's putting on that he's mentally handicapped when he's not, and he's types like that sometimes, but not always. You can't change that. If you're mentally handicapped, you can't go from typing all fucked up to typing perfectly. It doesn't work that way. And, sometimes he can't spell and sometimes he spells perfectly. Please. I've seen him type entire sentences that were both spelling perfect and grammatically correct. Yet he can't spell no, fuck that. He's a lying sack of crap that just tries to get everybody going.
I know. That's why I don't.
So saith the Kodi.
I just don't engage with it at all.
I've tried not to. I've tried to ignore him for the past month and a half, and I couldn't do it anymore.
Block him.
I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, he speaks like a college student sometimes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Anybody that can spell Massachusetts when they're not from Massachusetts is not mentally handicapped. Okay. He can't spell Debbie when it's on the screen right fucking in front of him, but he can spell Massachusetts.
Or chat.
Yeah, or chat. Oh, your chart. For fuck's sake.
I'll come hang out. Yeah, you almost got me to do it. And there's a lot of people defending them and with the bullying kind of thing. But you know what? When somebody continually and repetitively does the same things over and over and over and over again,
yep.
It just
stop feeding the neon attention monster. I mean, when he sits there and says, "I'm leaving, I'm deleting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that," don't sit there and say, "Oh, don't go." Just say bye. You know what I mean? Just say bye. See you later. Bye.
That's part of the problem, is the reinforcement that he's receiving is causing him to repeat that action. So whoever is responding to him needs to not respond in a way that keeps that continual. I'm not blaming the people who you know what I'm trying to say, right, Kodi?
Yep.
Okay.
And Chris is right. The definition of bullying is very diluted nowadays. Bullying used to be just somebody picking on you in order to make you feel really tiny. And I don't give a fuck how he feels. I just want him to go away because he's annoying the piss out of me. But he doesn't. He's never acknowledged me in any way, shape, or form, except when the one time he came in my chat when someone had spelled his name wrong and he cried about it for 2.5 weeks until he came in here and we all told him to toughen the fuck up or go the fuck away, and then he never came in again. He hasn't been back since.
Yeah. Well, he's probably here.
Good. Fuck you, Jeffrey. Go away. There. No, Chris, actually, minions are not worse than Jeffrey because the minions don't, it's other people harassing me with minions. So it's other people that would be more annoying, but Jeffrey is Jeffrey and he is annoying on his own. So, hey, Jabby. And he interrupts things. I mean, he'll go into auctions and be like, oh, I'm very sad. I had a sad weekend. I'm going to leave YouTube. Dude, you're in an auction. Shut the fuck up. This isn't the Jeffrey hour. It's people selling shit. Leave it the fuck alone. Stop fucking up people's chats.
Well, I agree with that because when I go and I see he's there, I'm automatically out because I don't need that anxiety that it brings me, and I know that I'm a special type of person with autism and I get anxious over things that normal people don't get nervous over or were anxious.
You know what? I don't have autism, and when I see him come into a chat, I'm about ready to hit the exit button myself because I don't want to have to deal with his bullshit because I know it's bullshit. I know he's full of shit. I know he's a lying piece of crap. And I know what he portrays on YouTube is not him. It's not real. It's a fake persona he's using to get attention. And although wanting attention, whether good or bad, whether positive or negative, wanting that attention is a mental illness in itself, I don't give a fuck. He's annoying. And I can't stand it when he's in a chat because it's got to be all about him. And I'm like, nope, I'm out. Bye. And I'll leave.
Well, inevitably, the chat does turn about him because, like, say in Victoria or Larry's chat, it's all about consoling him. Not Larry and Victoria themselves. I'm just saying that, people are like, oh, blah, blah. I can't even.
Well, no, it's Victoria's chat is nice now because she blocked him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to be able to go into Victoria's chat and relax and know that he's not going to pop up.
Right. And yeah, right.
Yep.
I always feel bad because people are like, oh, how are you doing? And most of the time I'm like, I feel like crap.
Yeah.
But what do I say? I lie and say, oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
But in reality, stuff sucks. But I just...
PG, he's a pain in the ass on any day that ends in Y. Okay? Yeah, Debbie, I agree. Smart move, blocking him. But, I mean, literally, as soon as I see him in a chat, I'm like, ugh.
Well, but you know what? Blocking him yourself doesn't do anything because then all you hear is the host, whoever the show is, and the chat talking about it. And you're not even there for that purpose. You're there to just have fun and have a good morning. And,
Yep.
When you have to deal with somebody who's constant downer, sucks.
I agree.
And I'm not saying that to try to bully him or anything like that. I've never bullied Jeffrey. Never. But he drives the whole scenario drives me bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me wound up and wired up, and it makes a crap day for me. And I know that part of that is my choosing because of, I don't know, never mind.
Well, we're not alone in that feeling. A lot of people are annoyed with it, but the problem is that they still are like, "Oh, don't be like that. No, you don't have to leave." And I'm like, "Give me controls on your YouTube. I'll delete it for you."
Well, the thing is that if enough people that he came into the chats for just blocked him so that he didn't cause a problem, maybe he would get the point. I don't know.
But the thing is there's no point for him to get because he knows exactly what he's doing. He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but part of me wonders if he realizes that he's doing it on purpose or if he just that's all he knows. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's his persona that he's put on YouTube. You know how people say be careful of who you talk to because they're not who they appear to be? Yeah, that's Jeffrey. He's not what he appears to be. He's making that persona up. I mean, my daughter did it when she was 14 years old. She made up this whole scenario of who she was, and she had a half a dozen over the age of 18 men fooled by it. She was 14 years old.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean? She created a personality, she created a persona. And
Right.
she had multiple web pages that backed her up, that had this whole story going, that she was 18 and this, that, and the other thing. I was apparently dead. This, oh yeah, she had everything worked perfectly psychologically and physically and all that to reel in adult men to think that she was available. And one guy was going to send her bus tickets to Oklahoma for her and her 3-year-old.
Yeah.
My daughter was 14 years old. She didn't have a child.
Thank God she didn't end up on Dateline or 2020 as the victim.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, he's created a personality. That's what he's running with. And I mean, there is no baseball commissioner in Jamestown because there's no baseball commission. So even
I guess. Go ahead.
his from day one when he came into Victoria's chat and said he was a baseball commissioner, his whole thing has been a lie.
I guess I just don't understand people because and I often chalk that up to my autism, but I don't understand people that come in and want to think that the whole world revolves around them, and that if everybody's not talking about them, then there's something wrong. I don't understand that.
Well, you know what it is? People that make up other personalities for themselves, 9 times out of 10, it's because they don't like who they are.
Right.
Like,
but I can't see myself going into Victoria's chat and going me, see me, and then because you're acting like everybody else, relatively speaking, to make up some shit for them to like take notice of what you're doing. I don't understand that. Yeah. I don't get it.
But there are people that want that, and people that make up different personalities. I don't think they're happy with their actual self, so they make up a different personality and try and get the attention any way they can.
Right.
Hey, Christy. And it is a mental illness in itself, but it's not the mental illness that he's portraying, which he's never actually come out and said. But he types like he's mentally handicapped. He, does the whole persona. He's actually talked to a couple of people on video calls and whatnot, and he portrays that, but he's not. It's fake, So it's all a bunch of bullshit. So no, I don't feel bad for him. And do I feel bad telling him to go fuck himself? No, he's an asshole. He's making up all this shit, getting everybody all worked up, getting me fucking worked up, making me not want to be in my friends' chats because he's there. So no, fuck him.
That's the big thing, like making people not want to be around their friends because he's there and causing a disruption that doesn't need to be caused. I was away from Victoria's chat for a while because of that, and
there have been places that I've been lurking, just enjoying the interaction and whatever's going on the screen, whether it's an auction or a show or whatever, and I'll be lurking, and he'll show up, and I'll be like, nope, fuck that, because I know exactly what's about to happen, and I'll leave.
So will I. He has me blocked for whatever reason. I don't know, but
yeah, he blocks me off and on. Because I'll be sitting there enjoying myself, and all of a sudden I'll see somebody say hi, Jeffrey. I'm like, oh fuck, where is he? And I look and I can't see him. But then all of a sudden people start, oh Jeffrey, don't be like that, and it's okay. And I'm like, nope, I'm gone because I can't see him.
Jeffrey, don't leave YouTube. Oh Jeffrey, it's okay. Yeah, so I'm like totally out, gone.
Yep. See you later, bye.
And that sucks because I like my friends.
Right. And I don't like missing things that, are on my friends' channels. But I cannot deal with him in every chat I go into. Him disrupting them and causing a problem.
Right.
So, and I can't say what I really want to say in their chats because I don't
want everybody else to think you're an asshole.
well, everybody knows I'm a fucking masshole anyway, but
Well, I know, but
but
you know what I mean.
I have enough respect. I mean, there are comments that I'll make, and let me tell you, those are Victoria ones went, Kodi, be nice. Honey, that was nice.
Right?
Okay.
I know.
Have you met me? Okay. But everyone, I'm occasionally, my comments will slip out. My fingers just have a mind of their own, and I cannot control them sometimes. Um, but 9 times out of 10, I either leave or I really, really control myself. I won't look at the chat for a while to let it cycle through. But he really does bring me down, and I've already got enough issues myself without that adding to it. And people are like, oh, well, don't let something online affect you in real life. Well, hello, assholes. This is all I got. Okay.
Right.
I have nobody in real life. So video and online is all I got. So this is my life, which is very sad, but it is my life. So yeah, shit that happens online affects me mentally. So it is what it is. And I don't care what anybody says. Fuck off. I don't care. You know? But
Right. But
but I will.
I've never bullied Jeffrey or anybody else that I know of. I wouldn't do that. I was bullied, so I think getting frustrated with it all and everything like that, it shouldn't be considered bullying. You're just fucking tired of it,
Well, like
you know?
Chris said, the term bully has been, one, overused, and two, the definition has become so diluted that
Yeah.
if somebody says something that you don't like, all of a sudden you're being bullied. Fuck you. You're not being bullied, you pansy ass piece of shit. Now you're being bullied. You know what I mean?
Right?
You want to see bullying? I'll show you fucking bullying. Come here. You know, I've been bullied my entire youth and school life. I was bullied.
I was
I
too
know,
called fat, and I was called moo cow, and I was called all kinds of stuff that just degraded me. Yeah, I know.
so you know, Fluffy tried to say I was bullying him because we called him out on his bullshit. I'm like, bitch, you better look up the definition of bullying, please.
Even consider anything with fluffy bullying.
Yeah. So, not wanting to put up with something and venting my frustration about it is not bullying.
And if
I
you see me missing for a couple of months, there's your answer.
I try to be as respectful as I can in other people's chats. Um, I try, and I did get told, Mama G did, Kodi, we don't need that in this chat. This isn't the time for that, because I said I went to go harass somebody, but Jeffrey was there and ruined my time. And she's like, we don't. I said, Jeffrey. I said, but somebody is. No, I didn't say Jeffrey. I said somebody is threatening to leave YouTube again. Blah blah blah. And Mama G was like, this isn't the place or time for that. I'm like, sorry. I'm like, I wasn't trying to cause drama or anything. I just wasn't really thinking about what I was typing and where. So, I did kind of cross that line, and I didn't mean to. So I did apologize. But
Well, but other people should realize and open their eyeballs and see that never mind.
well, where Mama G wasn't where he was. I went into a different chat. I was on a different
But she's
channel.
coming, but Mama G, I love Mama G, but she has come into your chat and said things that were like, you shouldn't be so not hard on people. You should be kinder.
Yeah.
Things like that. I agree with that. But when somebody is constantly,
Yeah, she was in the right to say something to me, though, because she was moderating the chat that I went back into, that I
right,
mentioned him. So she was completely within her rights for that. And I did apologize, because I realized after I typed it that I probably shouldn't have.
right.
And so I did apologize for that, because I was wrong. And when on the rare occasions that I am wrong, I do apologize and admit it. It's just so rare that I'm not used to it.
You're so funny.
But I'm well within my own rights to vent however I want to when he frustrates me, because it's been building up now for the past few days again, and I have enough mental issues without having that build up too. So if I want to vent about fucking Jeffrey, saying in every fucking chat he goes into, boo the fuck who. I'm leaving YouTube. I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm deleting my YouTube. I'm deleting my videos. Oh, but I'll be back Monday. What the fuck? Okay.
I understand. I do.
I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, I vented, and that's right. The bear is always right. Almost always. I will say almost, because there are the rare occasions where I am not right. So I leave myself that out in case I'm wrong, just in case. But yeah, I mean, I will on my channel anyway. I will vent and release that build up any fucking way I want to. And if people don't like it, I mean, they know where the little X is to get out of here. So hey, we'll miss you. Maybe we'll see you next time. Sorry about that. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. And I haven't. I was getting a lot of complaints. Are you going to rant about Jeffrey again? Because for a while it was every fucking live that I did. I vented about him.
Well, because he was acting up every time.
Yeah. And I've ignored a lot of it, but this past week, I don't know if it's because of my depression issues that it's hitting me harder and annoying me easier. I don't. It's possible.
Could be.
But I'm hypersensitive about shit right now because of the depression. And
but guess what? My birthday is November 15th.
Mine's January 22nd.
I know, it's the day before my mom's birthday.
Oh shit, Dibble, no way. The cops are at your neighbors again? They need to just lock that boy up. Just remember, duck and cover, bob and weave.
Right?
Good God. You would think with all the attacked geese in the neighborhood that this kid wouldn't be able to get away with shit.
I don't know. There are gunshots in my neighborhood. We call the police. We tell them, they come over, we give our report or whatever, and then they're gone. But we hear gunshots in our neighborhood.
If I called the cops every time I heard gunshots in my neighborhood, I might as well put a chair in my front room just for them with a plate of donuts next to it.
What's sad is we live in a safe neighborhood.
I'd have a cop living in my house, which is cool because he could fetch things for me. But yeah, I mean, there's gun. It's South Carolina. There's gunshots multiple times a day, every day, all different kinds of guns. Yep, TG's birthday was Monday.
Well, I have a neighbor pissed off at us. He drives a motorcycle. Well, he has a motorcycle. Well, one night he pulled up. Our house is the first house as you come into the neighborhood. So he parked over on the right-hand side. Ours is on the left. He parked on the right-hand side in the wooded area. And he let his motorcycle run. He was smoking cigarettes. I didn't know this at the time, but he was doing that. And I was like, man, there's some weird, stupid person over there. And so my mom called the police, and, finally they came and they pulled up behind him, and they're like, dude, well, he's cheating on his wife. So he was sitting there fucking talking to his girlfriend on his motorcycle, and he told the police officer that his wife didn't like the sound of his motorcycle. So he parked there to talk or do whatever he was going to do. But he scared us because he was in an area that he shouldn't be in, sitting and parked and yapping. Anyway.
What a dick.
So every time I see him, he gives me like the stink eye.
Give it back to him.
I'm like, fuck you.
Tell him, I see your stink eye and I match you a bird, and then give him one.
Yeah, right. I wish I could do that, but I'm not like that. But I mean, come on.
Yeah, we have a person in our neighborhood that has a really loud redneck truck. And I say it's a redneck truck because it's got the flag on the back, that flag. And it's
that flag.
Yeah, that flag. And it's jacked up and it's really, really loud, and he will gun it. I mean, he will sit in his driveway and just start the truck up and just rev it for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, please blow up, please blow up, please blow up. He annoys the piss out of everybody in this neighborhood. And I'm like, I need a directional EMP right now. Because then I could zap his truck and it would not run.
Well, this guy happens to be black, and I think that he thought that I was doing it because he was black. I don't give a fuck what color you are. You sit over there in quiet and make noise with your motorcycle and sit there and smoke cigarettes and yap on your phone where you're not supposed to be.
Right.
It's a red flag to me. I'm going to call the fucking police.
Well, I don't know what color the guy is down the street that has the truck. I have no idea because every time he drives by, I mean, the whole thing is tinted like limo tint. Even the windshield. How he gets away with that, I do not know. But yeah, the whole thing's tinted, and so I have no idea if it's even a guy. But whoever it is, their truck just needs to die. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it has nothing to do with color.
Yeah.
I think we scared everybody off, but I didn't mean to. I was just
Nah. Sorry. My dog's dreaming in her sleep.
Aw, Simmy.
She's sound asleep and her tail's wagging. That's so funny.
Aw. She's having happy dreams.
Apparently.
You know that I don't know if it's a TikTok or something, is a happy. And it's a dog going, I'm happy, and his little feet. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
I don't do TikTok, so nope, I have no idea.
Well, I don't know if it's TikTok or not. I might have seen it on Facebook or YouTube or both or three or all or what. But it just goes, I'm a happy, you know, and his little feet were just, I don't know. Anyway, never mind.
I don't know, but every time I laugh, Simi's tail starts wagging. And she's thump on the bed. It's so funny.
That's what I'm thinking. She's going, I'm a happy.
But she's got that pit bull tail, so it's thump, you know?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, those tails are solid, man.
That's the other thing I'm mad about.
Okay. Solid tail?
No. Oh. The pit bull. We had me and Brandon, my ex-husband who passed away, we had a pit bull. And we knew she didn't like other dogs. We know that because she's a chow chow, and that part of her didn't like other dogs. And apparently, well, I mean, I think I've told y'all this story before, but Brandon had her, and then he met, well, anyway, him and his wife and their kids, somehow China got loose and it killed the dog next door.
Aww.
And China had to be put down by order of the court.
Yeah.
And that pissed me the fuck off, because
it would piss me off too.
There was no reason for that. Brandon knew, and we always kept her. He was always vigilant about that, and then they went and got another fucking dog. That pissed me off even more.
Yeah, we worried about that with Miha because she didn't like other dogs unless they lived in our house, and even then she had a thing with Simi after a while. Because I was gone for a year. John fucked that all up. Because Simi and Miha used to be best buddies until that. But Miha didn't like little dogs outside of the house. And now Miha was a Shepherd Akita. And she was about 75 pounds. And we used to get tie-outs because Dodge was about 95 pounds. And he was a lab pit bull mix. We used to get the tie-outs that were like a 225-pound test. Right. Well, Miha, it wasn't Dodge snapping the damn tie-outs. It was Miha. All of a sudden, we'd hear yelling, and we'd be like, "What the hell?" And Miha's in the yard next door with a 4-foot length of tie-out behind her, attacking the dog next door. And my son would have to go out there and go pick her up and get her away from the other dog. But yeah, the one time the little dog, now granted, the little dog was asking for it because that little fucker used to come in our yard and go to the bathroom just out of range of where Miha could reach. And that dog would come from next door and come into our yard, go to the bathroom, and then go back into their own yard. And one day Miha was having none of that.
Right.
And she broke that tie out, man. She threw that dog up in the air half a dozen times. She did make the dog bleed, but it wasn't injured bad enough that it even needed to go to the vet. So the dog was fine, although it never came in our yard again. Even now, that dog won't really come in our yard.
I wouldn't come in your yard either.
And, but again, my son had to go out and get Miha because Issa tried, and that wasn't happening because all Miha had to do was look at Issa, and Issa would run away. But yeah, so my son had to go get her and bring her back. And then, of course, we were screwed because we had 3 dogs that needed to go outside and we had no tie out.
Right.
So they had to take the dogs out on leashes, and Simmy won't go to the bathroom on a leash. So that was fun. But yeah, but it was always Miha that broke the tie out, and she would lure the little dogs into the yard. If there were small dogs running around the neighborhood, she would lay down about 4 feet before the end of like where the tie out would reach.
Right.
So she'd have 4 feet of slack that the other dog didn't know about. And she'd lay down and wag her tail like she was friendly. And that little dog would come wandering in the yard like, hi, new friend. And Miha would pounce on it and try to kill it with extreme prejudice. And she did get a hold of one that was a Chihuahua mix and sent it home bleeding. I don't know whatever happened to that dog. We never saw it again, but people shouldn't let their dogs wander around loose. That's all I'm saying. And it's such a huge problem
Right.
in this neighborhood. And they're all, well, almost all of them are small dogs, and there's a couple of pit bulls that will run around the neighborhood, but usually it's this pack of Chihuahua mixes. They're like Chihuahua Dachshund pit mixes,
Right.
and they're the oddest looking dogs. They're cute, but they're weird looking, and they run around the neighborhood and they're barking all the time. And I'm really glad I have the kennel now for Simmy because she got attacked a couple of times on the tie out, and I have nobody to help me with that. So I'm
Right.
really, really grateful that I have that kennel now that no other dogs can get to her. But it's ridiculous. It's like if you love your animals and you don't want them getting hit or getting killed by another animal or hit by a car, keep them home. The fuck, you know?
Well, I'm mad because they allowed them to adopt another fucking dog.
Yeah,
You know, you screwed up once. You shouldn't be allowed to own another pet. And Brandon was vigilant, like I said, about China. So I know that it was her little kids because at the time they were little. That was 13, 14, or 12 years ago, 11 years ago, maybe, that it happened. And it's like, you know what? One dog lost their life. Don't get another one, you dumbasses.
right.
So I don't know. That's what makes me mad is that China was allowed to hurt another animal
Yeah,
because of stupidity and what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility. I don't know. I can't think of the word.
yeah. I understand what you're saying.
They should have never been allowed to adopt another damn dog. Is you know, I
Yeah.
don't care what kind of dog it is. They got a Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, the springs with fur.
Yeah, because that's what Brandon and I were gonna get, and we were in there looking at a Jack Russell Terrier, and then somebody came in and said, "Oh, China is still here. She's a pit bull, and she hasn't, she was on death's door. They were fixing to euthanize her." And we were like, you know what? Instead of seeing the Jack Russell Terrier, let us see China and see if we connect with her. And we did, and she was our dog after that, and she was 7 years old. So
Yeah.
it really pisses me off that he allowed her and that family or whatever the fuck they were to do that. I'm sorry, because I know it was those little kids who let China out to do,
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, my son, when he was 2.5, let our dog Zeus out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had actually been asleep. My son didn't sleep much when he was 2, and only reason I knew he was even up is because my daughter woke up and came in and started going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, Johnny's outside." And I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." And then I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And he had he was wearing pants. That's pants and underwear. That's all he had on. It was November in Massachusetts, and I caught him halfway down the walkway. We had Garden Row apartments, so my apartment luckily was all the farthest one away from the road. And he was halfway to the road at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning when I caught him. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I gotta go get Zeus." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Zeus ran away." And I'm like, "Oh fuck." So I had to wake up a neighbor to come watch the kids while I went and tried to find the damn dog. He was all the way out on the Lowell connector, which is basically a highway that connects the city of Lowell with the main highway. And Zeus was on the fucking highway. I'm like, "Oh my god." My son would have crossed 5 lanes of traffic, plus gone out up an on-ramp, plus been on the highway if he had actually been able to follow the dog, which terrified me.
Yeah.
I put a different lock on the door after that because we had a chain lock up on the top where the kids couldn't reach it. Damn kid dragged a chair over and climbed up on it. Um, because he decided Zeus needed to go to the bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning. So he let Zeus out of his crate. Zeus was about 6, 7 months old at the time. And instead of hooking him up to the tie out to the chain, he just opened the door and let Zeus out. And Zeus took off down the. I'm like, oh my God. Plus, the kid had taken a VHS tape, dunked it in the fish tank, which my husband had brilliantly put above the TV on the entertainment center. And then he put it back in the VCR after dunking it in the fish tank, which he filled with fish food. He put the entire container of fish food in the fish tank. The fish were dead. Um, I'm like, oh my God. That's when I took him to the doctors and I said, he needs to be tested for ADHD because he's not sleeping and I'm going insane. So either he needs medication or I need medication. I'm like, I cannot stay up 24 hours a day because this kid only sleeps for an hour at a time. It's not possible. It's dangerous. And he could have been killed. And she goes, well, we usually don't test until they're 5. And I'm like, okay. And he wrecked the doctor's office. And then she's like, okay, I'm making you an appointment to have him tested. I'm like, thank you. It took them like a week. It took a week for them to get the doctor's office in the behind like the reception area where they keep everybody's records.
Right.
Yeah, he was just grabbing files and flinging them in the air. Plus, he got into the doctor's private office. Yeah, it took them a week to put the doctor's office back together. So, do I feel bad? Nope, not the fuck at all. When I tell you that my kid needs to be tested, you better damn well make me the appointment.
And all I can say is thank God. Thank you, God, that you didn't give me any children. Because you know what? They would have been those kind of kids.
You know, the girls weren't. The girls were perfectly fine when they were that age, but him,
oh, not me. Yeah.
You know, and you know, he was in the to get evaluated, 2.5 years old. He was in there for half an hour, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, he has ADHD with impulsive destructive disorder." I'm like, And then he tried to put him on Ritalin. He's like, "We're gonna try Ritalin," which I was already leery about.
I'm Ritalin. Don't be leery.
I was leery about it because there were a lot of bad things being said about it at the time.
Yeah.
And it turned my kid into a locomotive. It had the exact opposite effect.
Which it
I swear to you, there were footprints on his damn ceiling. He was walking on the ceiling. I was like, oh my God. I called the doctor's office. I'm like, can you hear this? And the receptionist was like, yes. I'm like, that's my son on Ritalin. Tell the doctor we need to try the other stuff. And we need it now. And she goes, okay, I'll let him know. Bring the rest of your prescription into the office right now. And I'm like, okay. So I, tied a string to my kid's ankle and, helium walked him back to the office. Because he was all over the place. And they gave me Adderall instead. At the time it was began with an S, but it was basically the beginning part of Adderall. You work up to Adderall. Sarah something. And so he was on that, and they gave him and I forget the name of it now. God, it's so long ago. They gave him a medication that would help him sleep. It was supposed to be like a blood pressure medication. So technically every month he was supposed to get checked, his blood pressure and all of that, because it was like a heart medication. But they told me to give him half a tablet. It was like a 1 milligram tablet. So he had like 0.5 milligrams of it. And within 15 minutes, he was unconscious. I was like, yes, I get to sleep. And so after I was done throwing a party, I actually got a couple hours of sleep, and I was so happy. And he slept for like 5 hours straight, and I was thrilled. And life was so much calmer after he had his medication, because he was out of control, and I was seriously ready for Valium. I wasn't getting any sleep at all, and I couldn't. 2 kids and no sleep. No, it was not working. So, but he couldn't have the Ritalin. And when he went into foster care, I told him he cannot have Ritalin. It turns him into a locomotive. He will wreck the place. They didn't listen to me, and the shrink for the social services decided that my son was not ADHD. He was bipolar, and she put him on all this other medication plus Ritalin, and he wrecked the facility they were at. So then they decided to punish him by not letting me see him. And I told them if I don't get to see my kid, I'm calling my attorney. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm calling my attorney anyway. So I called him because I hadn't seen them in 2 weeks and I was supposed to have a visit. And they called and said I wasn't going to get my visit. So my attorney ended up calling them and they called me back and said, you can see him tomorrow. I'm like, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
don't fuck with me.
I have ADD. I don't have the hyperactivity part of it. I have ADD. So
yeah. No, he was all over the place. All
I
over.
think it's completely different. You know, I think that they misdiagnose stuff a lot with that regarding that and the medications. Because Ritalin, all it does is get me motivated and it makes me focus and high tuned into what I'm doing, which is what it's supposed to do.
Right. Well,
so I'm lucky that I don't have the hyperactivity part of it.
When the shrink for social services decided that he was bipolar, they put him on medication that wasn't even tested on anyone under the age of 18. My son was 11 years old. And they put him on Seroquel.
Yep.
They put him on 50 milligrams of Seroquel a day. Adults are usually not even.
Seroquel is antipsychotic.
Yep. Seroquel is, most adults are only given 25 milligrams. 50 milligrams for an 11-year-old? What the fuck? And then they put him on some other pill that was like a horse pill, and it was one of the side effects.
Big horse too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
One of the side effects was extreme weight gain.
Right.
And my kid, I didn't get to see him for 3 weeks. And when he walked past the visitation room, I didn't even recognize my own kid. He had gained 90 pounds in 3 weeks.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck did you do to my kid? Because he was about 70 pounds soaking wet when he was 11 years old. I mean, the doctor actually thought he was malnourished. He was so skinny because hyperactivity, he was burning off calories just sitting still, right?
Right.
And he walked in the room and he was big. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? And he was like, Mom, look what they did to me. He was pissed and he was very sad. And I looked at the caseworker who, was an idiot. I was like, what have you done? And he goes, well, at least now he's eating. I'm like, excuse me? And because my kid ate me out of house and home. He was just, had a really high metabolism. And I'm like, what are the names of the medications he's on? He goes, well, I don't need to tell you that. I said, the fuck you don't. I still have parental rights. And I want to know the medication he's on.
No. You're his mother. You should have the right to know.
I did. I still have my parental rights, so I had the right to know.
Yeah.
I was like, you will write them down for me right now, or you will get your supervisor in here with them written down on paper right now, or I'm going to call my attorney right fucking now. My son is behind me going, you go, Mom. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, because whatever you're giving him has extreme side effects. He goes, oh, the medication doesn't have any side effects. I was like, you idiot. You're supposed to be working with children. You're regulating their medication. All medication has side effects, even Tylenol. Go get me the names. And he was like, see, they're so used to dealing with drug addicts or criminals or drunks that don't really give a fuck.
That's the problem in America.
That they don't know how to deal with a parent who cares about their kids.
Yes.
So he went and he got the names and I looked them up and I was like, oh my God, what are you doing to my kid? And then I had told him, I said, whatever you do not pick my son up from under his armpits. Because I don't know why, but my kid, he would get like this deep muscle pain if you did that. And he'd curl up in a ball and cry.
Well, yeah, that's like being fibromyalgia. If you were to touch me in the wrong spot, I'd fucking punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, whatever and I had told the supervisor that. I said, if you have to restrain him, do it over his arms, not under his arms. Never pick him up like you're going to lift him from under his arms. Well, he told my son, okay, visitation's over. It's time to go. And of course, my son being a little shit was like, oh, I don't want to go. And hi, Donna.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Donna.
So this idiot goes to pick my son up.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen them forever.
I know I haven't been well, but go ahead.
He picks my son up under the armpits. My son then screams and starts crying. I said, put my kid down. He puts him down. My son runs and hides behind me and he's crying. I was like, you fucking asshole. Didn't I just tell you not to pick him up like that? Do you listen to anything? I'm like, now look what you've done to him. I said, you hurt my kid. I was like, no, who gets in trouble for that? And 2 days later, I had my son back.
Who the fuck is Donna?
Who the
Yeah,
fuck
who the fuck is this Donna person?
Who is this?
is
Chris, you're never gonna let me live that down, are you?
Kathy,
No.
speed bump, meet Kathy.
Yeah, that's more like it. I'm speed bump, not Donna.
That's right. Oh Lord, that was a long time ago, Chris.
Oh yeah.
YouTube never forgets, Kathy. Never
Yeah,
forgets.
apparently they
No,
never forget. And I gotta
Chris
be
will
careful.
never let her forget backing into me.
Nope.
Victoria.
Yep.
Yeah, because I offered to have Mike and I to go help her move some stuff this weekend, and this morning Chris
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, be careful."
I saw that. Don't back over Donna.
Just don't stand behind Victoria when she's behind the wheel.
So guess what?
What?
My birthday is Sunday.
Ah, fuck.
Oh my God, you've been hiding it from us.
No, I swear to
Okay.
God, I was going to die if I had to share a birthday with him.
Oh my God, your birthday's May 15th?
No, it's actually 16th, but close enough. I was like, oh my God, I want my own song. Oh God. Anyways, not to go back to that subject, but man.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's May 16th.
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
Happy birthday.
I
Happy
really
birthday in advance.
No, I really wasn't. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just said happy birthday in advance.
Yes, happy in advance, but I'll be there.
Too funny. I mean, that whole week.
Hey, it pisses
he was
me off.
like, my birthday's this, my birthday's this. And I'm like, well, mine's Monday and it's more special.
That's right. It is.
It is.
Because you are awesome and he is not.
Who the fuck is Donna?
It was quiet in Larry's this morning.
I know, it was so nice, but there's still that when factor. Like, when is he going to show up? You know? That's the same shit that gave me PTSD with John when he was drinking, is like, when is he coming home? What's going to happen when he gets here?
How many people are in the chat?
12.
He's not coming back to Larry's.
Yeah.
You didn't hear it from me.
I didn't believe so either.
Nah. Good. It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was so peaceful because yesterday it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lurking and
that's all I was trying to do.
Texting Larry at the same time. I'm like, dude, I can't deal with it.
I was trying to lurk, but that was one of those times my fingers just went, nope, we're saying something, and I couldn't control it. I couldn't stop it. I tried. I really did. I tried.
Yay! Donna's birthday is May 16th. Woohoo!
Woo!
Woo, 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 woo.
They say it's your birthday.
It's my birthday too. It's my half birthday too.
Yeah, I know.
I really wasn't lying. My half birthday is May 15th. That's what really sucks. And my great grandmother really did send me cards on my half birthday because she felt bad because her birthday was November 19th and mine's November 15th, and she felt bad that I had to wait till the end of the year, even though we all wait 1 year. But as a child, you don't think about it like that. You just think, oh my God, my birthday's so far away.
Oh God, I'm not thinking of it that way. I mean, I think of it like, oh my God, I made it another year at this point.
That's how
when I was a kid, what sucked is that my birthday was in January and everybody was paying off all their Christmas bills. So my birthday presents weren't as good as they could have been.
Oh, that's terrible.
I think worse than being born on December 25th, though.
To be fair, though, I mean, I was an only child and I was spoiled as fuck. So honestly, my presents were pretty rocking.
And your mama chose you.
Yeah, they regretted that decision.
True.
No, but your mama chose you, Kodi. So you should feel special.
Yeah, special ed.
Oh, stop.
No, I was spoiled as fuck when I was a kid. There's only two things three things that I wanted that I got one of them and I didn't get the other two. I wanted a pair of diamond stud earrings, not huge, just little stud earrings. I wanted my own phone in my room, and I wanted a horse. I got the phone. I got the phone. I'm like,
But see, I felt lucky because my mama told me she found me under a rock and that it was a beautiful day when she found me under that rock.
Oh my gosh.
My father used to say they found me in a garbage dump. They felt bad, so they brought me home.
No, yeah, that's what my mom said, but only she found me under a rock.
Yeah.
And I am her child. She gave birth to me,
but considering my dad was an asshole, he was basically saying that nobody wanted me, so they took pity on me.
See, that's not right.
So.
You were one. Your mom wanted you, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now nobody wants me. So how does that work out? My name actually, my given name, the name my mom gave me means so long hoped for.
Oh.
Aww.
And considering how I'm getting treated now. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
That's beautiful, Kodi.
Yeah, it's considering how I get treated. I that's why I don't use that name.
Like I almost feel like I was adopted because my mom loves me that much. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but it does to me.
I told my
mom loves me so much. I mean, like my mom.
I told my mom that at least her kid called and wished her happy Mother's Day. I was like, my kids want me dead or don't even acknowledge that I exist. I was like, so you're better off already.
They didn't say
I love you, and that matters.
That's right. They didn't say anything to you on Mother's Day?
Nope.
I did.
No, everybody, like my YouTube friends and family did, but my actual physical blood relative families, my kids, not a word.
I can't imagine being like that, though. I'm sorry. I so can't imagine being like that.
Yeah, honestly, I can't either, but.
And Victoria is such a beautiful person. Oh my God, I just love her to pieces.
I'm not cleaning that up. Put her back together again.
What?
You said you loved her to pieces. Put her back together.
Oh well, I don't mean like pieces, but I mean,
Aw, Christy, I love you guys too.
I'm sorry, Kodi, that you have a crappy Mother's Day. I hope that every year, as long as I'm alive, I can make your Mother's Day happy.
Oh, thank you. I did have somebody buy me a present on Mother's Day at an auction, and it's a bear.
Nice.
Yeah. They bought it from Treasure Hustlers. It's a hand-blown glass bear. It's a polar bear, and it's really cool looking. I'll show it to you guys when it gets here. Treasure Hustlers sent me the tracking number. And it was just so sweet. And I was like, oh my God. And there was a baby one that went with it, but they put that in their end of the night lot that they do with Julie. They do like a buddy box?
Buddy box, yeah.
And they put the small one in that. So, but yeah, it was really cool. And I can't wait to get it. I'm like, woohoo. It's going on my mantle with my other bears.
Aw. Yeah, your shit's still in the box. I haven't mailed it yet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're going to get your birthday card at Christmas, girl.
That's fine.
I'm serious. There's a box with all your stuff in it, but I haven't mailed it yet.
That's okay. I am a very patient bear.
I know you are. And you'll love it when you get it. I know you will.
Of course I will. Kathy, you could send me an empty box with just like, hi, I love you, piece of paper in it, and I would love it. Okay.
Aww.
But don't do that. I want my stuff.
I know.
Right? Why is the chat so quiet?
Are you driving, Donna?
I don't
know.
Oh.
I'm messing with this purple hair. Kodi, did you see my purple hair?
No, I didn't.
Well, it's kind of pink now.
I was going to say, isn't it pink?
It's pink.
Okay.
Purple's better. Change it. Put it back.
I can't right yet.
I told my mom I was going to dye my hair purple. She's like, oh, hell no, you're not.
For real?
Yeah, for real. I'm like, dude, you're 71. I'm almost 50. What are you going to do?
And I cut it. I caught it all short. I mean, it can flip up in the back, but today I've just got it like slick in the back.
Oh my God, Donna, you have amazing hair. I would kill for your hair.
You ready?
Oh, cool. It looks good.
Oh, look at that. Woo woo.
It needs to be more purple.
Well, let me tell you, yesterday it was. I washed it. I mean, it's just a temporary, so it'll go away. But anywhere where I'm really gray, that's where it's the lightest. Anywhere that I'm darker, that's where I still have brown hair.
I'm being gray like Danny May, and I'm growing my gray out. Oh, what?
I grew mine out long ago. I love it.
I know, but I look like an old lady.
Well, I am an old lady.
No, you don't. No. Don't take me wrong. You don't look like an old lady. Me with my hair.
What do you mean?
I'm growing it out. Half of it is gray and silver.
Oh,
you're not going gray. You're growing glitter.
When I decided to do, hey, Robin. When I decided to do it, I took my hair all the way platinum.
Yes, and it looks beautiful on you. Oh my God, you're gorgeous, Donna.
Yeah, but I mean, I took it. I mean, I went gray, completely converted to my regular color 3 years ago. But I didn't want the transition, you know, where it's like different colors all the way down.
Yeah.
So I stripped all the color out of my hair and went platinum blonde and then let the gray grow in. It's so much better that way.
It's not gray. You're growing glitter.
Okay, well, I've got, I'm about, I don't know, 80% gray.
Sparkly. You're 80% glitter.
Okay, but I still have a good bit of blonde in there and a good bit of brown. That's why
I wish I had the guts.
It looks
do
good.
it.
No, you look beautiful. No,
Her mama will yell at her. She's afraid.
My mom would be like, "What the hell are you doing to your hair?"
There's two of them, Robin. There's Kathy and there's Donna.
I did. I told I said I'm gonna color my hair purple. I said my friend Donna, she just got like pink highlights. Mom was like, "Oh my God."
It's not even highlights. It's one color she puts on all of my hair. One color, but because it's a temporary, the places when it washes, like this is where I'm the most gray. So it's already washing out. And it's all one color that she puts across it.
Yeah, but look how groovy you look, girl.
Oh, and you know, it'll be gone in 2 months, which is fine.
Robin, that's because someone is naked and they're not turning the camera on.
Come on, y'all get on the camera. Don't make me sit up here by myself.
I'm naked. I'm not turning my camera on.
my camera sucks. I don't have
your head. We just need your head.
I don't have the good camera hooked up, so this camera it would suck anyway.
And I'm shy. My ex-husband is dead, yes, and I could show my face now, yes, if I wanted to, but I'm too shy.
Why are you shy?
Oh my God! Because I was called moo cow and fat ass when I was a kid.
Oh please, I was called a hell of a lot worse than that, honey.
Please.
Well, that's not the extent of it, but you know that damages.
Yes, but that's not how you see yourself, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, get over that.
I know you say, girl, get over it. I know, but you know, I can't. So
hey, I know I'm fat and ugly. Fuck them if they don't like it.
Yeah, I know. I got plenty of weight to lose. I gained 65 pounds during this whole pandemic back after losing 100 pounds. I mean, it just was terrible.
Well, that's the thing too, though. Like, I was skinny, and then everybody says, "Oh, Kodi can fit me in her pocket," and all this other crap. But I've been on prednisone for.
Girl, I live going on and off that. It's a struggle.
Well, I've gained a lot of weight.
Yes, but you're here with all of us.
I know.
You're here with all of us. We love you no matter what.
Kathy, I'm a big bear. I got big pockets. You're still sitting in my pocket.
Aw, Kodi, I fucking love you.
I love you too.
But I mean, really, like, yeah, strangers can see you, but people that love you can't. Trust me. Listen, I had to embrace it. You know what I mean? It's
Hi,
like,
Dobby.
it is what it is. And if somebody
I'm
doesn't
not.
like me, if somebody doesn't like me because I'm a little fluffy right now, too bad.
As long as you're not fluffy and living in Scotland, we're fine.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
too.
there's only
Later, Robbie,
there's
are you leaving?
Well, I'm not going to pressure Kathy to turn her camera on. She can or she can't. I love her either way.
no, I'm not going to turn my camera on right now, but I'm
Well, it
just
doesn't have to be today, but maybe on Friday morning.
maybe.
What?
No, I said maybe.
Yeah, just be
In
us.
Victoria's chat, but I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
it's really hard for me because I've struggled up and down with eating disorders and body dysmorphia and everything.
Girl, I get it. I get it. I've been up to 280. I've been up to 280 down to 130 and gained 65, 70 pounds back. It's like,
well, but people see my profile picture, which was a few years ago, and they think, I mean,
so,
that's how I feel. But
yeah, but you have to move beyond that.
I know.
Start with a small trusted circle.
Well, but the small trusted circle in Victoria's is not the same small trusted circle that I would prefer. It was okay for a while, but then it didn't be okay for a while. It went away. There was added people to the stream. You
mean on Fridays?
Yeah. Like, I felt comfortable for a while, and so far I haven't felt comfortable in the last 6 weeks or so.
Okay, because there's only like
there's
only like 6 of us in there.
Right, but there's people that I don't know and I don't trust. I trust you.
I got you.
I trust Victoria.
Well, we can have a private chat anytime you want.
Aw.
Yeah.
For real. Facebook message, all that stuff.
Groovy.
So if I call you on Messenger, you can answer?
It depends on if I'm doing something with my mom or not.
I meant if you're not doing anything, are you going to answer on camera?
I totally would, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's going to test that theory. You know that, right?
I know she is, and I'm going to be like, oh, God, Donna, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. And most of the time, I mean, like only reason why it's semi-done, I mean, the cut is meant for it to flip up in the back and all, be more flippy, but I was going to the dentist, so I just quickly tucked it behind my ears.
But you're beautiful. You have a beautiful face.
Just so pretty.
You're just so pretty. Oh my God.
Whatever.
And Victoria is gorgeous. I mean, my God.
I got crooked as hell teeth. I had to get over that.
Oh, please. I'm missing teeth. I have a tooth that's ready to fall out in the front again.
How many people are in chat?
I look like a human jack-o'-lantern, okay?
How many people?
16.
16. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Robin, I agree. It's not. Robin said it's not because we need to see you. It's because we need you to see yourself as we do.
But I don't see myself as everybody else does. I see myself as a fat, nasty, ugly.
That's because you haven't jumped. That's because you haven't jumped out into it and let the real situation be embraced.
That's true.
You haven't become vulnerable enough, and you can't move beyond things until you get vulnerable.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, there's no saying, there's actually no saying that she has to ever. So
no, I agree. Sometimes I just don't turn the camera on because I just got out of bed and whatever, which I don't even care if anybody sees me like that. It is what it is.
Larry said there's 102 people in the chat, Kathy. I have never even had half that many people in my chat, Larry. Nice spot, though.
Whoa, you said Larry?
Yeah, Larry
said there's 102 people.
Larry. No, but you know what? I honestly kind of feel like I'm missing out on stuff because of that. Does that make sense to people?
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, sometimes I turn my camera on and sometimes I don't. If I'm on someone else's panel and I turn my camera on, I have to be really careful because my facial expressions will give me away to what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
sometimes I can't do
That's part of my problem too, because my facial expression would be good.
Hey, Carolyn.
No, I mean, sometimes I'm in my pajamas in the morning. But I've been on. Well, Cody's seen me like that, straight out of bed.
She's
Oh,
sexy.
yeah.
She looks all rumpled and sexy when she
Thank
rolls out of
you,
bed.
thank you, Robin. The funny thing about it, but the shorter it is, it even looks really wonky. But it's summertime, so I always go shorter in the summer.
Hi, Caroline. Aw, Kodi is sweet too. Thank you. Don't tell anybody. You're ruining my rep. Damn. I'm
Well,
mean. I'm a mean bear.
which is why I understand about like Debbie with her teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
Some people, they don't realize that other people totally understand what they're going through.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, my teeth have always been majorly jacked up. And I mean, I was like kicked by a horse when I was little, and my jaw is actually crooked, that I would need like oral surgery, put a plate in the roof of my mouth. And
Yeah.
they're just crooked as heck. And I wouldn't ever pay to get the braces. I mean, I got braces on right now, but that's because my dentist, who's been my dentist for 20 years, she finally gifted me braces because she knows how much I've held myself back by not being able to smile.
Yeah, I held myself back for about 15 years.
Technically, I have not smiled like a full out smile for 34 years or so.
Yeah, and I'm just now getting there. I mean, this side's got a long ways to go.
Because
But
I feel like people won't understand.
well, I'm telling you,
I was on a swing on my belly when I was 2, and I was at the daycare center, and I flew off of a swing into the railroad ties of the sandbox that enclosed the swing set or whatever, and I knocked my front teeth out, and I didn't have teeth until I was almost 12. I didn't have my 2 front teeth, so that whole song with "All I Want for Christmas Is My 2 Front Teeth" was my song.
right.
But I also, I was a meth addict, and
Yeah, mine was just always crooked.
it ate my teeth away.
Yeah, and because they've been crooked, they've always had been more prone to other problems with the gums and this, that, and the other because they were so jammed up around. And I mean, my parents felt like braces were a luxury, way luxury that we weren't getting as kids. None of us did. That's why when all of my kids, if they barely needed braces, they were getting braces because I think it's been my most insecure thing about me all my life. So,
Really?
I mean, it was, oh yeah. I mean,
I
the weight,
understand that totally.
the teeth bothered me more than the weight. But I mean, they both bother me. But anyways, I'm working on the weight.
It bothers me more than the teeth, but yeah.
My children killed my teeth.
I have,
yeah,
to be honest, I have perfect teeth, and that's not because of me.
Oh, there was so many times I begged my dentist. I'm like, could you just pull them and give me dentures or something or implants, or can you pull them? And she's like, you've got healthy teeth. I'm not going to pull them. I mean, it's like I had my first cavity ever in my life when I was 25 and pregnant with my son.
Me too.
I got my second cavity when I was pregnant with my daughter at 30, and then 35 with my son. 5 cavities while I was pregnant with him. That's it. So now it gets, anywho, last year my dentist came in. She's always wanted to do. Mine's not an easy case because the whole palate is a long process with mine without oral surgery and all. And Invisaligns have come a long way. But last year she I was getting my teeth cleaned, and she kept coming in the room and looking at me and looking at me and looking at me and having me smile and, hey, Scarlett. And I was like, what is she thinking about? And she's like, I don't know. Her wheels are turning somehow. And she came back in the room and she's like, each year we pick one person whose smile we're going to help transform. And with the grants and donations, we had picked a veteran to work on his thing. She said, but he died from COVID.
Oh
And
no.
I know, it was so sad. She
Oh,
said,
God.
so we'd like to gift it to you. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, what a blessing, Donna.
Oh, I know, but still, the poor guy. But anyways, yeah, I quit having babies, right, Larry, and no more cavities. I haven't had a cavity in God knows how long. But anywho, I started the process. I mean, I have like 2.5 years of process. So Donna didn't brush her teeth when she was pregnant. No, the damn kid sucked the calcium all out of you.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. It started when I was pregnant with my oldest. The face of my teeth started pitting.
Oh yeah, I had grooves all
Yep.
in too because it was eating away, which created the gum.
They didn't realize what was happening, so they did a bonding on my front teeth, on the face of my teeth. My grandmother actually paid for that, and that was fun because I hated going to the dentist. So here I am, pregnant and all tensed up in the dental chair with this guy cracking on my teeth, and I was like, ah, and then when I was, and that held, and I was okay, for like 6 years, and then I got pregnant with my middle child. Now they never told me the bonding was supposed to be redone every couple of years. They never told me that. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating like a peanut butter sandwich. All of a sudden, the bonding cracked and fell right off the face of my teeth. I'm like, what the hell? And I couldn't afford to go to the dentist. I couldn't afford any of that shit, so that got left alone. And then a couple of days later, I was eating a piece of cheese pizza, and one of my back molars cracked right in half. And I'm like, oh.
None of the dental work is easy. I mean, even just normal Invisaligns for somebody that only needs like, I don't know, 20 sets or something like that. I don't know, might be even 8 to 10,000. This whole series is 28,000.
But I'll tell you, once the enamel goes on your teeth, like because the kids, the pregnancy,
she filled it.
Once the enamel is gone on your teeth, they're gone. It doesn't matter what you brush. It doesn't matter what you do to your teeth. If you don't get dental work done, and I couldn't afford it, then you're screwed. Yep. And that's what happened to my teeth. And that's why almost all of my teeth are broken below the gum line, and I'm losing that front tooth. Now I can lay that tooth almost flat, but it's still attached in the very middle of the root. So
what about like dentures or something?
People are so fucking mean. That's the problem.
In order for me to get dentures or something like that, I have to have oral surgery, and my insurance doesn't pay for anesthesia.
Well, there are people that actually do a lot to help with that kind of thing now.
Yes, there are. But you know what? There's a lot of mean people out there in the world.
Oh, God, yeah, there are.
I can't even do it right now.
So,
when I was 36, I had 22 teeth pulled to get dentures.
Mm-hmm.
So I have none of my own teeth because of that. Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
What do you mean? Why are you stupid?
Because everybody's going to run and tell everybody now.
Oh my God. My husband had full freaking dentures at 28. He came out of the military from Desert Storm and his teeth just started rotting one after another.
Yeah.
I mean, he went into the military with braces and straight teeth. They had to take his braces off to go into the military. But by 26, they were starting to crack and chip and break. And by the time he was 28, he had a full top. And then I guess around 35, we went ahead and got all the other ones pulled and got both.
Yeah.
I was so jealous too. I was so jealous because I was like, I want your teeth. Look how they're like perfect. They're white. They're great. You got a perfect
Kathy,
smile.
Kathy, on the grand scale of things, I don't think gossiping about you not having your own teeth is going to be real high
Oh
up
my
there.
God.
I think you're
Yes.
okay. You know,
Well, yeah.
nobody's, and you know what? Anybody who makes a big deal out of it, they're a piece of shit, and you can tell them to go fuck right
They
the hell off.
are. They
Okay,
are. And I'll tell them to fuck
because
off
that's
too.
not a big deal today. I mean, there are so many people with so many
No.
fake
People
things.
get caps and crowns and what is it, veneers and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm gonna have to, because of the amount of space that it'll create once all the bracing is done, she's gonna go in and create some filler around teeth to make them better. But
Think of it this way, Kathy. It could be worse. You could be a Kardashian and be 85% plastic.
Yeah, I'm totally not plastic.
Okay, so you're good. You know
I
what I
just
mean?
had dentures since I was 36.
You're fine. That's not a big deal. It's really not.
yeah, I
The,
begged my doctor to let
the
me.
pain was so much that when I
Oh
was
yeah, no doubt.
when I was in Wisconsin, I found a dentist, and I was like, it was a woman, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. Can you just pull them all out and give me dentures? And she said yes. So my
Oh
mom,
yeah.
time I had no money, and my mom helped me out, and she got me my teeth. So, fuck, I'm so stupid.
Why are you so stupid?
You know what's
That's
stupid,
like
Kathy? Stop it.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
You solved a problem that you were
right.
having.
Right,
You know what?
but the
You
thing
know
is,
what?
is that your bone starts to not
Oh, I
regenerate
know.
anymore, and your jawline changes. So my
I know.
jawline has changed drastically.
Yeah, we have to go get my husband's relined in the next month or so because especially your lower, the bone just deteriorates. But
Yes, the
that's
bone deteriorates terribly,
You
and
know, it used to be the biggest problem you had was getting a front end alignment for the car. Now you have to get front end alignments on your face. What has the world come to?
yeah,
I would love to have implants, Debbie or
Dawn.
Dawn. Today.
Dawn, I tell you, my trigeminal neuralgia. I mean, I deal with trigeminal neuralgia, and that's what I really was having to struggle with. All this past week was pain from that, and
I wasn't
honestly,
gonna pay that much money for implants. I'm sorry, Donna. I was not gonna pay
I know I wasn't
5 or
going.
10 grand for each implant or however much it costs.
No,
No way.
but my dentist, the trigeminal doesn't flare up while I'm at the dentist, Dawn. I mean, I take a Xanax before I go, and it's been fine. But my dentist knows all that stuff. Anywho, no, I mean, my sister is kind of funny. Back when we were more newly married, obviously, in the beginning stages when he needed a full set. And she was like, okay, you want to put some posts in? We can put the 4 posts in, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, so they can snap in. And I'm like, well, how much are they? She's like, oh, they're $2,500 a post. I'm like, no, he's not getting
Right?
posts. I'm like, he's not getting posts.
Yeah, same with me. I was like, just give me the fucking dentures.
So my sister is in the process of getting dentures right now, and she's having several of them pulled, and she's going to get a partial here. Well, she's had 6 posts put in, and I was like, I called my dad. I was like, where the hell did she get money? She's like, broke. He's like, she couldn't fathom the thought of. He said, yeah, she'll be broke for the rest of her life because she got the damn posts. She paid 20 grand for posts.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck that. Meanwhile, her 72-year-old husband's still cutting grass, battling bladder cancer because
Yeah,
she
fuck that too.
can't not spend money. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Get $3,000 dentures and move on.
Yeah.
Just my thought. I just hate it when she just blows. She just took out a loan. And then she'll whine about not having any money, but yet then she'll be out to dinner all the time. And I'm like, yeah, your husband will be cutting grass till he's 84.
Well, Domino's needs to stop stalking me in my email. They need to stop sending me emails.
Are they winning?
No, I have no money.
Not that I'm ashamed or anything.
No, because you know what? Broken teeth and ones that are having problems, can then cause infection and other
Yeah.
illnesses, heart disease. It was smart for you to do it.
Ugh.
Hi, Sandy. How's everything
Believe
going?
me,
Except
believe me,
that
there's,
not everybody is accepting of that. They're like, oh my God, she's got fake teeth.
Yeah, but you know
but
what?
there isn't as much of a stigma to that kind of crap, you know?
I honestly don't know anybody who does that and says, "Oh my God, fake teeth." I don't know anybody who is horrified by that thought. I really
Yeah,
don't.
I really don't either.
I do. My ex-husband.
Well, you know, we all have
He
our
was like,
opinion on
take
it.
that shit out. Never mind. He wanted to see what it would be like to have a blowjob from me.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
And that was when we were not together, but we were still, yeah. Anyway.
Yes, mature people don't care. You're right, Susie.
Yep.
That's right. Mature people don't care, but there's a lot of immature people in this world.
And who cares about them? You know what? We need to teach those immature people something about life.
Here, I can teach them something. All you got to do is lube up your hand and squeeze. You lube up. No, listen. You lube up your hand. You squeeze a little bit tighter than what you would normally do, and that's what it's like to get a blowjob from someone with no teeth. Have a nice fucking day, right? Move on with yourself. Off with you. There. No.
But he was like obsessed with it at the time because that's about the time that he and I broke up. So yeah.
It's funny because Mike will take his bottoms out sometimes in the evening, but if he takes them both out, it's like, please don't talk to me. I mean, he can't. He's so self-conscious about a conversation, and occasionally he would have left the house without his bottoms in and forgot. And he's like, oh my God, I can't talk to anybody. I'm like, I really can't tell. It's not like you're walking around talking like this. I can't even see your bottom teeth. So.
Yeah.
Yes, Kathy, I wouldn't love you any less if I see you on camera. No, I'm 100%. God, anybody that doesn't want to be a part of my life because of anything that I go through. See ya.
Oh, geez, Debbie.
Oh, no.
Call just came in. My nephew was in a car accident, got T-boned when he pulled onto a road. He was okay, but other driver is okay. Van not okay. Ah, man, he just got that fucking thing. Did he not look both ways or something? I mean, I'm wondering if he got T-boned. That means he pulled out in front of a vehicle that either didn't stop at a stop sign or he didn't stop at a stop sign. One or the other. Somebody did not stop when they were supposed to. I hope everybody is okay though.
Yeah, thank God everybody's okay.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times injuries can show up after a car accident like that.
You aren't kidding.
Hopefully there's no back or neck injuries that show up later.
He'll feel it tomorrow, that's for sure.
He just got that van too, not too long ago.
Well, how long have you been on here, you guys?
About 2.5 hours or so. Probably go another. Well, I got about 20 minutes. It'll be a 3-hour mark.
Well, I've been behind on everything. I really haven't been around much, just between work and not feeling well. I
don't have to pick him up. We'll hear how bad. I told him to swear he had plenty of time. She must have been speeding. That sucks.
Yeah, that can happen too. Thank you, Susie.
Susie loves your hair color.
Temporary, Susie.
Next is mermaid colors.
Next is what?
Mermaid colors.
I could. Well, no, I usually do the rose gold because it washes out really nice, and my blonde is all still good, but I'm mostly gray.
Get your freak on, girl.
I'm finally down 10 pounds on the Octavia.
Get your freak on and do rainbow colors. We can call you Rainbow Bright. The Rainbow Bright speed bump. Hey, then maybe Victoria would see you.
What? Oh, yeah, right. Green. That's the thing. I can't do colors like blue, any blues or greens, because they would really soak into my gray, and it
Mhm.
wouldn't just wash out. I'd have to pay to have it stripped out. I ain't paying. I didn't go all the way gray to not have to pay for all that. No. Octavia. Octavia. I say Octavia.
Are you doing that?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to jumpstart some things. I was already doing well. I'd already lost 10 pounds doing my own. But then when it was her and a couple other people, I'm like, what the heck? I'll just do it with them to be on a program just to keep going. I was very slow to begin with. Matter of fact, I gained 5 pounds the first night. I'm like, well, this is not the way it's supposed to work. And and then it was probably water or something, but it took, I'm at like a month and only down 10. I could probably,
Hey, that's 10.
I know, but I feel like, God, I want to exercise and get it off faster. But anyways, it is neat. It was called, she did a combination of starfish, coral, and flamenco pink. So anyways, I have to do purples, roses, and stuff like that. Otherwise, it really deposits on your hair. How temporary? This will be gone. Well, you'll see every time I washed it once already. Now, it was all this dark before I washed it. So every time I wash it, it'll lighten up a little bit.
I would love to do Octavia or whatever the hell it's called.
Octavia.
Octavia. I forgot what my. Never mind.
I mean,
Victoria says Octavia, like Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to go to their little meetings and all that crap. That's the problem.
I only do Thursday.
I can't even do Thursday.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be able to afford their food.
It's just really a support thing. The first month is affordable because you get a big discount the first time.
Yeah, but affordable.
But do they get down? Do they get down on you for not being able to make their little meetings and everything? Because I can't do the meetings. I just don't have it.
No. I mean, you can do one-on-one even, or we're going to have our own little under Victoria group.
Affordable is kind of a matter of perspective too.
Okay, affordable for a plan that you buy food. It's affordable for a plan in comparison. But the second month, no, it's not. It's not at all. Not for me.
See, none of that shit is affordable for me.
I will supplement and I will supplement with other food following the same parameters next month.
Right.
Like there's plenty of things. Like I had this, this is a really good shake, and it fits in the parameters that they want you to have. And it's like, they want you to have around 110 calories per thing. So I just started finding foods that fit in the parameters and eating in the same time slot, and that's working fine. And right now I'm just supplementing like one, fueling, and as I run out of stuff, I'll go to 2 and I'll transition
but
to
they get mad at you?
Who's going to get mad at me? Who's going to get mad at me?
Well, I don't know, Victoria. I'm just saying, are they mad at you for not buying the food?
I did buy the food. I'm not out of the food. I bought the food.
No.
Further down the line, for 6 months, no, I'm not going to keep buying the food. I won't be able to afford it.
Right. And they're saying that you need to stay on the fuelings for your lifetime, basically, for
No. Until you've lost all the weight you want to lose.
Right, but then they say that you need to stay on the fuelings because you need to maintain, and if you don't buy the fuelings, then you won't maintain.
Oh no! That's not really their goal. Their goal should not be to keep people eating that food, because how successful of a diet would that be? Or a way of life if you have to eat that way. No, the goal is to lose your weight and then convert to transition real food into your life.
Except you keep 3 of the fuelings. I only know that because Alex was willing to sell me food for being a skinny person, only wanting to change my keep my sugar at a normal.
I'll be right back. Continue on.
So he was willing to sell me 3 fuelings every day, as opposed to selling me 6 fuelings a day or 5.
Yeah, there are people that do 2. And yeah, there are 3 different plans: 5 and 1, 4 and 2, 3 and 2.
Right, but what I'm saying is say I'm a completely normal. I'm at my optimal weight and everything. They're wanting to sell me 3 fuelings per day as opposed to 6 at a normal weight, because I need to take that in order to maintain something. I'm not knocking Alex or Victoria or anybody. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, my goal will be to be eating the foods I buy at the grocery store.
Right. That's what I was.
And I've already been investigating how that will work. I imagine in 3 months, that's what I will fully transition to.
Right.
Because now I've learned the parameters: how many carbs, how many fats in each fueling. I know what each one should contain.
That's why I struck a nerve when I said you could just eat 100-calorie snack packs.
No, that is not true.
Well, you can.
Well, sure you can. If you're just doing the calorie in, calorie out, you will certainly have a deficit. But to get the vitamins, nutrients, the protein that you really want to have so that you're healthier, then you really need to work on 5 grams of fat or less in a fueling. Under 15 grams of carbs for sure. And, protein 10 to 15 at least. Otherwise, you're going to become nutrient deficient. You need protein and all.
Right. But if you
how many calories?
Says that you need to stay on their fuelings for the rest of your life, basically.
I don't know. Did you read that somewhere?
I did, actually.
No.
It for you, but basically,
I mean, a lot of people
Alex doesn't know that I'm overweight.
Well, a lot of people enjoy some of them. There's a lot of bars I do enjoy, and I could see me getting them here and there, supplemental, to have something quick and easy.
Right.
But I know that as long as I stay within, the key has been that's really been working, and I'm not used to doing it because I was used to more intermittent fasting. This time, because I think my metabolism is completely different than it was when I lost all the weight before. I'm 10 years older. Eating every 2 to 3 hours has really made a big difference.
Right. I mean, honestly, we could also do it by ourselves if we just did it the right way. And I understand that some people need a program, they need direction, and they need this or that.
Well, that's what I said, the first month of a jump on it, and learning, not necessarily I know what I need to do.
Right. Same here. Yeah.
But to have the camaraderie, and I wanted to be, and also be supportive.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to be supportive, and it was doable with that, but definitely since I've been doing it, I know all of the macros that I really need to hit that really are important, and I'm good to go.
Right. But Alex was willing to sell me three days every day. I love Alex. I'm not.
All you guys are making me do is want to eat potato chips, let me tell you.
But I'm just saying that he was willing to sell me 3 days every day for a month, every month, just to lower my blood sugar. As a healthy person.
If you follow the parameters, okay, you can't get too high of carbs and have too much sugar. You know what I mean? If you just even stuck with the parameters of right around 110, 120 calories per fueling,
You know what? I will never, ever count calories again. Ever.
Well, you learn them. I can know that.
Oh, I know them. I know them. I will not count calories ever. My mom made me do
I mean, I don't even have to do the. I mean, I can go have a string cheese and 4 turkey things, and I'm good.
Oh my God, I love string cheese.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, like, when I was a kid, my mom had me go to so many different nutritionists and dietitians and all that shit, and I had to count calories so much when I was a kid. I don't even like to see the word calorie. It makes me angry.
I understand, but in the principle in learning it and doing all of that is because you realize, and taking this with this approach,
I'm more
you realize
interested
how much is just wasted that you mindlessly absorb in
I'm
calories.
more interested in carbs and sodium with my food.
I
And
agree.
I honestly do not have a lot of choice in what I eat. So, you know,
No, I understand.
my food intake at this point is about $3 to $4 a day. That's how much
Yeah,
food I eat.
I don't even care necessarily how many calories, because I know that if I stay around 15 grams of protein, and I know that if my carbs are under 10, I won't have, it can't be too caloric. You know what I mean?
But I can't afford healthy foods, so I live off pot pies and cheeseburgers.
I don't know. These are pretty affordable.
But it depends. Affordability depends on your perspective.
Girl, I buy groceries too.
You know, I can't buy groceries. That's the thing. So it's not affordable for me. My mom buys my groceries because I don't have money.
I mean, man, I think to myself, this has 30 grams of protein.
How much are those each?
$1.29.
And how many do you drink a day?
Well, I'm not doing just these, but I could drink 6 of them.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I'm just saying that Alex was willing to sell me a program as a thin person as 3 fuelings per day plus whatever else I ate as a human being. So basically what it was saying to me is that you've got to pay for fuelings your entire life, that there's nothing different than what they have. And if you go off of it, I've been, believe me, I
watch it. I've watched it. I kept, when I lost 127 pounds, it was back in
2015 in my life.
127 pounds in 2011. I kept it completely off for 6 years. So when I first talked to the one coach, I could tell
that before your MS diagnosis or after?
Oh, way after.
Okay. I just wanted to know. That's all.
So yeah. So Dawn, you said you have about 5 of those shakes a day?
No, I don't have 5 of those shakes. I said, but I could. $5 a day.
Well, it's actually $6.45 if you had 5 of them a day. That's like
they're cheaper to buy them in a bigger case.
Yeah, it's like $2. Two days.
I love those shakes. Let me tell you.
Have you had this one? Have you had this brand?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Oh my God, I had half of one as a fueling, because on Optavia you can only have half.
What?
Well, actually, it's not authorized, but that's what I had with me this morning.
I totally understand, because I've been doing the same thing with different shakes that I have that I found in the dumpster, obviously. But
the first time I tasted that, I was like, "Oh my God, that tastes like
Kathy's
real."
on the dumpster diet.
Huh?
Kathy's on the dumpster diet.
I was like, no, I'm just saying that I did find some that were in date that lasted for over a year or more that I have, that they're 150 calories per serving. And I know Optavia or Optavia, however
it's only a little bit. I mean, it's only a little bit over, and otherwise perfect.
Yeah.
But I could have like half of it, and then I could have like a hard-boiled egg or something like that.
Right. And you know what? I'm a kind of person who I don't have to have like a meal. I can eat like 6 ounces of chicken. I can just eat chicken like that. I don't have to have it all dressed up and fanciful and shit like that. I can just
I
eat
mean,
it. You know what? I really don't
you're-
care about eating that much myself at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I kept that off for so long, and then when Mike got sick, I became his full-time caregiver, like right down to feeding him, dressing him, bathing him. And it was a matter of either not eating or at midnight, pure exhaustion, grabbing whatever was the closest thing. And it just
Well, you know
stacked.
what? My pot pies are like $2.50, almost under $3 a piece, and they have protein and they have vegetables and they taste good.
But how
That's
many
it.
carbs and how many fat grams?
I have no idea. I don't bother looking at that shit at this point. I can't afford to.
I know, sweetheart. Oh my God.
We're not saying anything about that.
But you know
I just
what?
We
know
are
that
not digging at you. I'm just trying
But
to.
you know what? It doesn't matter what the carbs and all that is because I only eat one of them every day. So that's all I'm eating for the whole day. So it's all of my carbs and all of my whatever for the entire day
Right.
because that's all
yeah,
I eat.
I mean, I don't want to become like the calorie counting, whatever,
I
Nazi
don't
on
either
it.
because I am like that. I did become the calorie counter, and I
Oh
used
yeah, I've
a
been
diary, and I would
there.
have 1,000 calories at the top, and then I would minus, 100
Yeah,
for
I just
pineapple.
know that when I'm ready to convert to other food, I'm just going to stick with right around 150 because I want to exercise too.
But you know what?
Um,
Right now, I'm gonna fuck with y'all because not only do I have Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream in my freezer, but
Fuck you,
my mom brought me a Sara Lee frozen chocolate cake today.
bitch! Eat that in front of me.
I don't care. It doesn't even bother. I am so
It
laser
doesn't
focused.
bother me either. That's why I
I
said.
shall enjoy it for all of you.
I'm so laser focused on getting it done again and never letting it happen again.
See, that's the way I am because I've myself 3 times in my life I've gone and I've done the.
Done it right. And I mean, I did
Well,
HCG
no,
diet.
I did the wrong way the last time. I have eating disorders, so that's my problem.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, which is why I don't want to become over obsessive on any direction. I
well,
want to,
I'm bulimic, so
right. I just
yeah.
want to make sure that I focus on the protein, the fats,
Chris, it's
and
not
low
my fault.
carb.
That's the home my mom brought to my house. So
But see, like the last month that Victoria's been doing it, and Alex and everybody, and Alex has been a huge influence on me for the whole time. And I'd be like, oh, maybe I should do it. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. But then they'll find out that I gained weight from my prednisone because I'm on.
maybe it's
Who's gonna find out? Who cares? Who's gonna find out?
Because
no,
I
it's
don't
not.
want to let
It's
anybody
not
down.
Sara Lee. It's Pepperidge Farm.
Because I don't
All right.
want to let anybody down.
Pepperidge Farm chocolate cake.
What,
It's not.
Kathy?
It's sorry. Go ahead, Kathy.
No, I was just saying I don't want to let anybody down. They think of me as this person, and they don't know. And it's
I
not
don't know
because I'm
what, but you're a
lying. It's not because
You're
I'm lying.
still the same person.
I know. So
They don't know what.
So now I'm gonna hit up Victoria tonight while she's moving.
They don't know what, Kathy, that you're a groovy giggle girl, that you're wonderful and donate shit to people, that you
Yeah,
have
I
awesome
think
videos.
they have.
Or how will they ever handle it?
I think they still have the $100 off right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I've been looking at.
Now, granted, it was $248 for my first order.
Holy shit. That's half my rent.
Yeah, but it's your food for a whole month except for your greens and your protein for one meal every day.
That's way more money than is spent on food for me a month.
I know.
Oh, it's way more money that's spent for me, but I wanted the jump start of the
That's what I want.
the minerals, the vitamins, and get my system cleaned out and have learn some of the things. And honestly, things that I already know, but I don't.
Right. I know. I've lost it 3 times now.
I know how to. I mean, when I first talked to the one coach, because Victoria wasn't really doing it. Victoria, what's Victoria's in the background or something, or Alex or something. She's like, "Are you really jiving with her?" I'm like, I just bite my tongue. Because it's like, okay, you've only ever been 50 pounds max overweight in your life.
No, not me.
And she's like, I'll never gain, no, this person, I will never gain it back. I'm like, okay, you've maintained for 2 years now. Okay. Okay, you got everything under control. That's fine. I just hate the I'm perfect kind of.
Yeah.
That kind of thing doesn't work for me because I coached people on weight loss for 5 flipping years.
When I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, when I was 19 years old, I weighed 635 pounds. I lost half of that weight, and I'm pretty much, well, then I lost my legs, so I lost another, 25 pounds. Your lower legs are actually really heavy.
Yeah.
So my weight did adjust when I had the amputation, but yeah, I've been pretty much the same. I've actually lost a bit of weight, only eating once a day. So yeah,
for me, I was eating just once a day, but it was like at midnight and maybe not the best choice or something. But I think my body was just really holding on to it. I don't know. It just kept creeping on more and more and more because I was not doing anything that I love doing, like my swimming and my cycling. I had no time for anything focused on me, plus stress. I was just gaining like 10 pounds a month, even by not.
Here.
And prednisone, and my MS would flare up, and I'd have to take another round of that, and it just was happening. I swear, I wasn't like being like horrible either.
Yeah, TG for real. I was 600 and like around 630 pounds, and I looked like a redheaded Jabba the Hutt. For real, I saw a picture of myself.
256.
And then I ended up living in my car for 3 months, and I was only able to eat once every 3 days or so. And it's amazing how much weight you lose when that happens. And I dropped a crap ton of weight. Not the healthiest of diets. I do not recommend the live in your car diet, but
yeah, either, because I lived in my car for 2 months, so I know.
Yeah, it's.
What did you say about 256?
256 was the highest I've weighed.
285 was the highest I ever got. But
what people are like, oh my god, what? It's like
I went, and I was police department. I was always the thinner, more fit. It's kids and this, that, and the other, and hormones, and then the cancer and the medications and treatments, and you name it all. But when I lost it, I did HCG, and that was great for me.
I did HCG too.
But you know what I say? You know what you say to the people that get all in your shit about being overweight or whatever, is at least I can change my weight. You can't fix stupid.
Right.
So
well, it's some people, when they have lost all that weight, they have a difficult time embracing being humble and not full of ego now. It's like,
let me tell you something.
No.
Even with missing my leg, my mentality will stay the same. If I ever lost the weight to the point where I looked good wearing stripper clothes, I am wearing stripper clothes all the fucking time. And I don't care who likes it and who doesn't. If I lost that much weight and I look that good, that's what I'm wearing.
I just want to be comfortable with things. It's more health thing, because back in 2011 when I started it, I had chest pain, and I was like, oh crap. I'd come home from physical therapy and I'm like, oh man, I think this is where you're supposed to call 911. And I was all by myself, and I'm like, damn it. This is where you're supposed to call 911. It was just grabbing me. And I'm like, no, let me just go to my office and
Shut up, cat.
Huh?
The cat is opinionated.
Let me
Shut
just
up
go
and
to my
roll.
office and
It's
get.
so weird though, because you're beautiful no matter what. So I don't. It's hard.
What's so weird?
I'm not beautiful, so I don't.
You are beautiful.
Oh, I'm not.
Anywho, I went to my own office that I was the manager, and I was like, "Can you run an EKG?" She ran an EKG, and she's like, hang on, I got to get the doctor." And he came in, he's like, "You need to go to the hospital." And I went straight. They let me drive to the hospital. They promised if I went straight to the hospital that the cardiologist would meet me there. And they stented me, and I stayed in. I had 90% blockage in my one artery, and I don't know, 60 some in the other. They stented me, and I got out of the hospital and started the diet the next day. I'm like, cancer has not taken me out yet. I really want to live to see maybe grandchildren or something, you know? So I just put my mind to it. And now I can tell with my MS and the weight that I've got on, I'm not as comfortable. Things hurt more. Things are more difficult. So it's time. It's way time. And my husband's pretty balanced on his. He's not great, but at least I know from week to week what to expect with his health.
I
So,
want to get back to where I was, only the healthy way and not vomiting what I ate.
yes,
I did.
that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that destroys teeth and all that stuff too, honestly.
yeah.
Well, you'll get there.
Shut up, cat. Damn.
I know, but I don't know. It's difficult to explain. My dad was a no fat chicks kind of guy.
Oh,
So
please.
he made fun of me my whole life about it.
Oh, my father did too.
Up and down.
Listen, my dad's always like Mr. Whatever. He doesn't dare say anything to me. I'll knock him out. But he knows my struggles and things. But he's always been, he's only my height, 5'6", and always been, healthy as far as weight. My mom, bless her heart, is only 5 foot. So any out of line she gets is not very forgiving,
Right.
3 pounds on somebody that's 5 foot is something. But he gets on her, and I'm like, good God, she's 80. Leave her alone. Let her have a freaking piece of cake.
Right.
I mean, so she's 145. Woo, kills me. Now my brother is that kind of.
My father used to call my mother stupid. He'd tell her all the time how stupid she was. And what's funny is the reason he did that is because he was so insecure because my mother was actually way more intelligent than he was.
Mm-hmm.
And she ended up upgrading her job. She went to school and learned how to use I don't know, some computer system that was new at the time. Now, mind you, this was in like the 80s. But it was for accounting and billing and all of that for a nursing home. And she ended up being their accounts and billing department. She was it. She learned how to do the system, and he was so pissed off because he couldn't even run a damn register that he would constantly call her stupid. So me and my father would butt heads all the time. My mother would not stand up for herself. She just let him be verbally abusive.
My mom didn't either.
And I was like, who the fuck do you think you are, mister? I graduated through the 6th grade. And then, I'm out on the farm milking the cows because, I can't go to school. I got to milk cows. I was like, shut the fuck up. I said, she's smarter than you every fucking day of the week. And me and him would get in fist fights because he didn't like the way I mouthed off to him. I can't imagine why. And, and that man cheated when he fought. Let me tell you, he's fighting a teenage girl and he's pulling hair. I'm like, what the fuck? So, I'm like, is this the education you get when you're the youngest of 7 children? You learn how to cheat? I'm like, what the? So yeah, me and my father never got along at all because I would stand up for my mother, and then my mother would.
Yeah, we had a tougher time too because my mom is like wonderful.
My mother would tell me to stop. He's trying to kick my ass, and she's telling me to stop. I'm just defending myself, It was only the last time when he tried choking me to death that she realized that he was the instigator and the one trying to kill me. And she grabbed his arm and tried to get him to stop, and he backhanded her and caught her in the neck. And she flew into the door frame, to which I was like, he, had to let go of me to do that. And that was a mistake because I was like, don't you ever hit my mother. And I clocked him, and he ended up on the floor. And I told him, I said, you ever hit my mother and I will kill you. And he never lifted a hand to either one of us again. I can tell you that. But I had some really interesting bruises for quite some time after that incident. But yeah, I have mentioned that my dad was an asshole, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned it. My dad's come a long way, but he wasn't the easiest as far as being raised by, or, my mom was like, you're a housekeeper, the house needs to be, the dinner needs to be on the table at 5 o'clock, house needs to be perfect. And,
Well, my mother was like that. Even though my mother worked, my mother would work all day. She would get home, make sure the house was so spotless you wouldn't even know anybody lived there. And then she would make dinner before my father got home. Every single day.
My mom didn't start working until I went into high school, and I'm the youngest. So when I went into high school, she started working at the high school.
What's ironic is my ex-husband and his wife, they both went on Optavia, or however the fuck you say it, in 2018. And I don't know, it just kind of floored me because I'm like, oh my God, my ex-husband's a Optavia health coach.
Oh, he's a coach, actually? He was a coach?
He's dead now, but yeah, he was.
I know.
Yeah, him and his wife, they lost.
A lot of people become coaches to continue the cycle in their.
But he was fat when he died. That was the problem. I'm part of his. I mean, he died of COVID, pneumonia.
Yeah.
But it kind of floored me at the moment because it all coincided together with Victoria joining Optavia, and then I was like, oh my God, Brandon was an Optavia coach. And I don't know.
Well, it makes sense for her. She's liking the plan. It's getting her to her goal.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah.
She's happy doing it. She likes doing the coaching stuff.
I want to do it for a jump start, Donna. I want to do it for a jump start.
That was my goal. I don't know how long.
But then I know how to do it on my own from there on, is the problem.
So, how's that a problem?
Because I don't want to upset Victoria and get her mad.
You're not going to upset anybody. They know full well there's a money back guarantee. Now, you think everybody doesn't, a lot of people don't return their stuff?
Oh, I know there's lots of people who do.
I mean, I'm just saying. I had a problem. I had a problem the first week, and Victoria was like, I wish you should have told me. And I was like, listen, I wasn't going to, I was dedicated to give it a good go, but I was sick. And I went up in weight, and it was the soy. There's too much soy in a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so I started picking the ones that didn't have soy. I just did it by my own elimination. I didn't need to call a coach, and I knew what was going on. But
what doesn't have soy in it then? Because I'm allergic to
soy. There's a lot of fuelings that don't have soy.
The shakes and the bars?
Some of them do, some of them don't. There's like
I don't see me eating chili and
I haven't.
Yeah.
Listen, I did Octavia to knock off 20 pounds back in 2018. And that's all I did. 1 month. I did it just to have, I was so busy taking care of him. I ordered it just to have mindless. I didn't need to think about what I was going to eat. I just grab this, grab that. I didn't have to think about it.
You know what's weird is that as a fat person, I don't really care about food.
I don't really care about it either. I've already been through that phase.
Same thing every day for the rest of my life and not give a flying flip about whatever.
It's like I had chicken.
Y'all know what this means. I'm going to call Victoria.
Well, I mean, just get a month and jumpstart yourself. And you don't have to go. They have a Sunday kickoff for new people. And they do go over some things.
Into that shit, though.
Hey, listen, I wasn't into it the last time I did it. And I didn't do any of it. The coach that I had, I didn't even know Victoria. The coach that I had was great. She'd call me, say, you need anything? She knew I knew how to lose weight. Here's the book, tells you what to eat, what time schedule to eat.
Right.
Boom, got it. I didn't do it with a coach that last time. The only reason why I went ahead and went to the kickoff thing and went ahead and went to the Thursday is because I kind of like seeing Victoria's face and Nana's face.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying is that I love Victoria, and if anybody's gonna profit from it, let it be her and Alex and whoever. Yeah,
I agree. That's why I did it. I'm like, if I'm going to go ahead and do something, let me go ahead and do this. Try it for a good month and see.
I'm embarrassed. I'm fat.
What? Why are you embarrassed? Huh? Because it happened again.
Yeah.
No
The
matter what.
The
No matter
comes,
what you did.
The embarrassment comes from the stigma of society saying it's bad to be overweight.
Yeah.
And they make you feel bad about yourself. Now, it is not healthy to be overweight, but it is not anything to be embarrassed about. But society makes you feel that way because they want you to buy the good food. They want you to buy the expensive clothes that only fit a size fucking -4. Okay, if I wanted to be a bag of bones, that's great, but I'm not spending $8,000 on a fucking piece of clothing I can't even fit my 1 foot into. You know what I'm saying? But society ordains things in order to sell products.
You need to just move beyond that and do it for the reasons for health and nothing more.
I mean, I know that I would have a lot easier of a time of it if I weighed less because I'm trying to maneuver around with just my upper body strength, and I have degenerative disc disease, which means my back is fucked. So I don't have the upper body strength.
That was where I had hit. I had the hard calf. Plus, I was at the highest ever. I was crawling in and out. I had to crawl in and out of my bathtub. I had to crawl through my house with my MS. It was at its worst, and it wasn't going to get any better having extra weight on.
Yeah, I mean, I have congestive heart failure, so I know that it would be easier for me physically
Bonnie.
if I weighed less. The problem is I cannot afford the food to eat healthier to be able to lose the weight, considering I can't do much of exercises anyway because of
but you're on a caloric deficit anyways.
Yeah, I am.
Yours would be more of not being able to move to burn extra. You're already on a deficit, so
So I mean, it is.
I
what
know
it is.
metabolically until I move. I mean, I'm really not gonna. I like to move, and the first month, you really don't want to have over what they have because you'll start burning that immediate food for fuel instead of using your stored fat, and you really want to target your stored fat before you burn your food that you just ate.
But yeah, the whole embarrassed because you're heavy is because of society, and they target it in movies. They pick on the fat kids, in jokes.
Does your mom look at you and think, oh, you're fat, and feels anything different towards you?
My mom?
Yeah, your mom.
No, my mom loves me no matter what.
Right. Well, our key is start seeing yourself through the eyes that other people see you.
But I don't know what that is.
Well, think about how your mom looks at you.
My mom looks at me as this perfect little piece of thing that she made.
And that is exactly what you are.
Wrong.
Well, be kinder to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would to a good friend. Would you walk up to me and say, Donna, you are really fat?
No, oh my God, no.
All right. Well, if you learn to talk
the way you are.
Right.
You could be 9,000 pounds and I would still love you.
Right. But talk to yourself the way you talk to other people. Your self-talk is what you need helps with.
That's really hard. Yeah.
Oh, it takes work. And you know what? Honestly, the life book, if you liked reading, their life book that they like you to buy.
Yeah.
it is what is more the key to weight loss and keeping it off, and in the mental things. That book is more than the food.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
don't emphasize that. There's a lot of real work that has to be done, because you know what? There'll always be something. Say you get all the weight off of yourself and you get yourself to your goal that you feel good.
And I've been there. Yeah.
Okay. And then there will be something else that you don't like about yourself
Yeah.
if you don't work with the deeper things.
That's true.
Well, you know what? It's the whole thing about human mentality. We tend to focus on the negative. So 10 people can say something really positive to you. One person says something negative and everything zooms on that negativity.
That's true too. That's true
And
too.
you have to
That's
realize
true.
there's no time for that noise. I was at a Walmart one day. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I was at a Walmart one day and I'm walking around, struggling to walk around, but I was walking around. And this child had to have been about 10 years old, comes over to me and goes, "Wow, you're really fat." And I looked at him and I was like, and you know what? I was like, "You're really rude and should probably go slap your mama for not teaching you manners. Get away from me." And the kid looked at me all horrified that I said anything back to him. And his mother comes over and starts yelling at me because I told him to go slap his mother, and he actually did it. And I was like, "Well, maybe if you taught your kids some manners, that wouldn't be a problem." I said, "But if you want to keep yelling at me, I'll slap you too." And she turned around and walked away because I don't put up with that shit from anyone, not even a kid.
Yeah, it's funny. The first time I ever met Mike's brother, okay? Now he's like Mr. Harley to the core, ponytail braid down. He's got FECK tattooed across his hands. I mean, he is like hardcore. And thin. And first time, I probably weighed about 160 pounds, and I'm 5'6". So it's not horrible. When I met him, he's like, "Wow, where'd you meet her? At SeaWorld?" And I almost died, like the whales.
What?
And
Talking about the whales?
yeah,
Yeah,
about
that's
me.
exactly how I would have taken it.
Oh, that's the way he meant it.
Oh, what an asshole. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, what an asshole. I looked at Mike because we were just dating then. I said, "I think I'm ready to leave." I think I'm ready to leave. What an asshole. That was the first impression I had of his brother.
You know what? I'm not overly impressed with a lot of Hell's Angels at this point because when there was one that was house sitting, I've told you the story about the 12-foot snake, right? Hell's Angel was house sitting for another Hell's Angel, and they ended up calling my martial arts instructor because the 12-foot Burmese python got out of its enclosure, and the guy was freaking out. This is a 6'6", bad as fuck Hell's Angel biker, terrified of a fucking 12-foot snake. And he calls my martial arts instructor to come get the snake. My martial arts instructor calls me and says, "I'm coming to get you. Get in the car." I'm like, "What?" So I get in there. I go, so the fat girl who's 5'5" is under the waterbed. I go under a fucking waterbed to get this 12-foot snake because all the men in the house were absolutely fucking terrified.
Right.
So you know what? Fuck you, Harley. Have a nice fucking day, you pussy.
Oh yeah, I mean, Mike gave him hell, and Mike was like the baby brother. Mike gave him hell, and Mike's other brother, the oldest brother, was mortified too. It just was the way he was. And then he had like a motorcycle accident years later that almost killed him. I mean, almost killed him. And I mean, he treats me like gold now, and I'm bigger than I was then. He treats me like gold because, believe me, I've saved his brother. His brother would be dead.
Yeah.
If it weren't for me. But no, I mean, once we were married and all that stuff, but I was like, I don't even want my kids. I mean, my daughter was like 2 and son was 7. I don't want my kids to be an asshole like that.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with him being a biker. It just has to do with him being a man.
I agree. No, but he was just hardcore, and
yeah, but even hardcore bikers
because like he had half of his teeth missing. He wasn't like Mr. Perfection, you know.
They never are.
Yeah, he had all kinds of. I mean, he was skinny as a rail. I like a little meat there.
I mean, even just because they're hardcore biker doesn't mean they're assholes. There are
no, I'm just saying he was. Oh, believe me, and to his biker family, he was good as gold. He just had a fat issue. His issue, and that comes no matter what, but he had a fat issue.
Well, the fat issue was between his ears.
He also would never love his woman if she got fat.
Yeah, therein lies the problem. My poor mom, she was bone thin, and my dad was like, when they met when they were 15 and 14. My mom was 14, my dad was 15. My dad was like, you need to eat, and he kept shoving ice cream in her face, or whatever. They got married, they had me, and then my mom started gaining weight because of the change of, having a baby and the estrogen and all that other crap. And then so my dad was like, oh my God, you're fat, you're fucking ugly.
Yep.
And so my mom
what I married.
Her whole life.
But you know what? Then you look at them and go, wow, you got ugly and you look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the motherfucker's bald. Fuck off.
Yeah. Right. You're not quite what I married either, asshole.
Well, right.
I didn't know you were an asshole.
But it's so hard.
It's funny because John never wanted me to lose weight. I told him, I said, I need to lose some weight. He goes, don't you dare. And I was like, why? And he grabbed my ass and said, because I like it like this. And I'm like, oh my God.
I know, there was a spell when I had lost most of my weight.
No, but that's wrong. I'm sorry.
But when I had lost most of my weight, Mike was like, I don't know. He liked me thicker.
He's like, damn, girl, you look good.
Yeah, no, he was like, he liked me thicker. He kept telling me, you lost too much weight. You lost too much weight.
That's what Brandon would tell me too. The one
John always told me if he wanted to crack his hip bones on bones, he'd go to the butcher.
My husband was like, more cushion for the pushing, baby.
Yep.
The funny thing about it is Mike's first wife. His first wife was like 100 pounds, sopping wet. I'm like, wow, you really went the opposite. He's not that kind of guy. Anyways, he loved me for my personality, period. But he just got lucky that I was beautiful too. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you are gorgeous. Oh my God.
Every woman is gorgeous. Every woman is gorgeous.
Yes, we all yes, everybody is gorgeous, but Donna, you're fucking beautiful.
Oh, stop. I got crooked teeth.
Girl, I look at you and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I looked like her.
Hey, I do use good skincare. That's about it.
She's also the lipstick lady. Remember that. If anybody's looking for lipstick, contact
or
Donna.
Or skincare. I can reverse some aging. You can pass out retinol and all kinds of things.
Retinol is amazing.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna look how I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be how I'm gonna be, and that's how it is. So,
I got tons of retinol.
And if other people don't like me fat and ugly, then they can fuck right the fuck off. I don't care.
You're not ugly either.
You're
I don't know where
Kodi.
I got a mirror. I got eyes.
And look,
Kodi's a redheaded heartbreaker, man.
Yeah, right.
Even Debbie commented something up here. What was it? Something about her tummy?
Yeah, she said she's got a pouch that's flab on her belly. It looks like she's a redneck beer belly.
Oh,
let me tell you, she is the smallest person I have ever met.
I know, right? Little Debbie is a teeny tiny.
Even tinier than you could even imagine. She's so teeny. I mean,
I made her a present when she bought from me my first sale. I made her a present, and it was to hang either in her garden or wherever. And it's a little copper heart, and it says "small but feisty."
Oh,
she's feisty. Yep.
And it's got metal flower stamps all over it, and little crystals. And then I hung a couple of
where the fuck is mine?
Crystals off it. And yeah, so I made her that.
But I get it. When you see people that are comfortable, I'm definitely much more comfortable and confident around my friends. You know what I mean? So
I'm not that way. Yeah,
but start there. Start your vulnerability there with people that you know, love, and trust. It's got to start somewhere.
Well, yeah.
I have a very brash personality,
I
I
have
guess.
a hard time trusting people.
I have a super hard time trusting people with certain things, but if I'm out in public and people don't like the way I look, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't really, they don't pay my rent. They don't clean my house. They don't do my dishes. They don't wipe my ass and they don't give me orgasms. Their
I do.
opinions do not matter.
I do, because my dad told me that fat is nasty, and my dad thinks I'm nasty.
Yeah, but where's your dad now?
Kathy, my dad told me I
Mile
was
down
nothing.
the road.
Kathy,
A mile down the road. I haven't talked to him in like, I think 7 or 8, maybe 10 years.
Okay, and he's that significant in your life that you need his approval?
Fuck no.
Right.
Kathy, my dad always told me I was nothing. I'd never be anything, and nobody would ever want to be with me.
Yeah,
because nobody
same
wants to be
here.
with nothing. And you know what I told him? Go fuck yourself, you asshole. You have no friends. Your opinion means nothing. My father literally had no friends because he was such a jerk to everybody. Nobody wanted to be around him, not even family.
But here, this is how it feels like to go to like a meetup, like to go to a meetup or something like y'all went to recently. Like I would be like, oh my God, Chris is gonna know I'm fat. Chris is not.
Oh my God, Chris is like amazing.
I know he's a totally different person. I get that. But in my mind, I'm like, oh God, Chris is gonna think I'm fat. Donna's gonna think I'm fat. They're gonna be looking at my fat the whole time. That's how my mindset is.
I was like, I'm already knowing I'm at another worst, but I decided I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna go. And you know what? I know I got a bunch of, even though I'm not a YouTuber anymore like I used to be, I am not I'm not going to worry about it. I know they're going to all be walking around with flipping GoPros, and it's going to grow. I mean, it disgusted me when I saw Victoria's video.
It was all well and good until I got left on a counter.
But you know what, Donna? When I watch those videos, I don't think a fucking thing. All I think is, oh my God, look at how much fun they're having.
I did.
I know, and I would be the same.
That's why I'm saying I know what you're feeling.
No.
That was my first step out of my comfort zone with that. Like, I'm just going to be me.
I'm like, who cares? It's fucking Donna.
I was just happy to be there. We had a great time. You know what I mean?
I got left on a counter.
But in my mind,
I saved you.
There's nothing I'm fat.
I know you did.
Nasty.
You and Dibble saved me. Victoria put me down on a counter while I was on video call and left me there.
Yeah, she was like, squirrel. I'm like, hello, Kodi, you're talking to
got
Kodi.
to be on video call with Victoria.
I was like, hello. But I could hear Victoria, because no matter where you were in that house, you could hear Victoria.
I think we're gonna have like a little backroom meetup here soon.
What's a backroom meetup, Donna?
Like a backroom meetup, you pick 4 people, and we'll all hang out.
What, online or in person?
Yeah. Oh, well, we can do in person eventually, but you got to jump through the camera hoop already. We got to get you over that first.
Right.
Like basically someone would set up a StreamYard but not go live with it. You just open up the back room.
Right.
So You're not live. It's not recorded. And
with a handful of people that you feel comfortable with being vulnerable with.
Right.
And it'll get better. I mean, Debbie doesn't always go on, and she's beautiful. She's just, I
know. Little Debbie, are we talking about little Debbie?
Yeah.
In person
she's adorable.
Yeah, she is. Dibble is an awesome person too.
Yeah, but she doesn't like to hop on camera and all that stuff. Only reason why I don't hop on the camera all the time is I don't want to hop on the camera when 5 other people have their cameras off.
My camera sucks. And
it doesn't matter whether it sucks. Doesn't matter whether it sucks.
Mine sucks because my mind sucks.
Right.
I didn't feel like getting dressed. Leave me alone.
Well, okay, so we'll all be in our pajamas or whatever. Yeah, I hear you, Debbie. every other week, Mike has his stuff and his infusions, and it's hard to just plan a travel,
I don't own pajamas.
That's why I don't travel, Debbie.
Yeah, but you could travel with your mom.
Oh, wait, yes, I do. My mom bought me a whole bunch for Christmas. They're still folded up in the laundry basket.
To be honest, I'm a homebody. I prefer being at home.
I'm a homebody too, but there's nothing like getting together with a handful of friends and
Oh, no. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I would totally do that if I wasn't fat as fuck.
well, all right. We can just have a no camera weekend sometime.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm trying to think of the last time.
I wanted them all to put their goat freaking pros away, It's like, damn it. Every time
I'm trying to think of the last time I got together with a group of people in person that I didn't live with, and it was 22 years ago when I lived in Massachusetts. I don't have any friends here in South Carolina, like in my area, that I have ever met up with. So
I'm a very shy person, and
me too.
I'm shy even when
I'm totally lying. I'm not
shy, but it'll take me like a couple of days to open up and whatever.
If I was there, no, it wouldn't, because I would taunt the fuck out of you until you talk to us. I would chase you in my wheelchair until you started talking.
You know what? And I would just so hop on your wheelchair and be like, "What? Woo!"
Hey, it's got little flip things in the back, so you could do
nice. That. Nice. I could do it like a BMX bike and just ride on it with you.
There you go. Yeehaw!
But see, I'm so not used to that in my life, and that's what's scary is I'm not used to it. So
yeah, well, the unknown can always be a little frightening, but
a lot of us have been, if the past couple of years pretty secluded anyways. I had to worry about who was coming over, this, that, and the other.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
It's right. It's right. She's right. But I would love to.
He's got the vaccinations. I'm cool.
I told you he would be there.
Did you say, Kathy?
That's the one thing I can't do, Kathy. I can't get to where the vaccinations are. So
no, I know, but I would come visit you alone without your vaccination because you haven't been anywhere.
Right.
Right.
I told you he would be here, Kathy. I told you.
We got vaccinated. We got vaccinated. Hey,
I only had to be live for 3.5 hours. I knew he'd show up eventually.
I was wondering if he was going to show up.
We all got vaccinated just because, number one, I have a compromised immune system. Mike has a compromised immune system. So it's
to be totally honest with you, I would get the vaccine, but I can't get to where they have to be. So
it's a shame you can't get somebody to just come to the house and do it.
Dibble said, well, I need to let Cody's dog out and use the facilities before good news. How are you going to let my dog out? Are you outside my house? What are you doing?
Wait, good news is tonight?
Yeah.
Good news is on in about 20 minutes.
At 6?
Yeah.
Boy, I've been out of the loop. I've really been out of the loop.
Wednesdays at 6:00.
Yep.
I am so off track with everybody's schedule.
Well, Victoria, they changed the times, I think, because of the Optavia meetings or something.
Maybe. Hey, I'm fat.
No, I think originally they did, but Optavia is Thursday.
I don't know. They changed it. Whatever. Yeah, Wes, I saw that. I woke up at 3:30, and I saw you guys were still on, and I was like, oh, hell no.
See,
oh, my gosh. 8.5 hours?
Wes won't love me anymore.
Oh, God, Kathy, shut up. There's just more of you to love, that's all.
He won't, I'm telling you. If he found out that I'm chunky, he will not.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? If that's true, then he's not worth it anyway.
You aren't kidding.
Fuck you, Wes. No,
you need to hang around with people like my husband.
No, Wes is sitting there going, wait, what happened? And she's already telling him to go fuck off, and he doesn't even know what's going on.
Shut up, Kodi. That's the plan.
He's like, wait, what? There, see, he said you hugs and hearts.
Oh
and-
yeah. He didn't hear what we said.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. I wish I was as
Okay.
pretty as
First of all, anybody that
Donna.
Oh, stop. You
no,
are.
don't scare me. Anybody who, when they find out that you don't look like they picture you looking, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, well, I can't like you anymore because you don't look like you're supposed to." That is not somebody that you want to be around anyway.
That's
And I really don't
fuck
see.
you, Wes. Go away.
I don't really see Wes as being like that. So,
I don't know. Wes is kind of weird.
well, we're all kind of weird.
Stop.
I'm so kidding.
Wes, Kathy's afraid because she got some junk in the trunk that you won't like her anymore.
I'm on pregnant zone. Give me a fucking break.
It doesn't matter whether you were or you weren't.
I know, Donna. I just don't like to let people down.
How is that you're letting yourself down, honey?
Wes said Kathy needs a spanking.
Ooh.
TG, you're a Halo thief. You're a fibbing
like-
Halo thief. Aww.
Not a weird angel. What the hell?
Oh yeah, she also has a thing for dudes with long hair. Wes, you might be out of luck there.
What?
Dibble said she also has a thing for dudes with long hair.
Oh, well, Debbie wasn't even in consideration. What?
So I said Wes
Yeah,
might be out of luck
Wes
there.
loves long hair. What the hell are y'all talking about?
No, Debbie said you have a thing for dudes with long hair, and I said, well, Wes might be out of luck there.
Oh,
because-
no. Yeah, Wes has no hair.
Right.
You know what? I don't give a flying fuck who has hair or not. If you're a nice
Okay. What is that? Maybe he's insecure about having no hair.
Really? Why?
I don't know. Why are you insecure about
why?
why are you insecure about being fluffy?
Because people don't like fluffy
I'm telling
people.
you, everybody has their thing.
Who the hell says people don't like fluffy people?
There's a lot of people who don't like fluffy people.
Well, you know what? Those people can fuck off.
Well, okay.
Who cares? You know?
Wes,
I
I'm
mean-
fluffy.
There you go. I'm fluffier.
I'm fluffy, Wes. Do you love me?
You're right. There's people that have a sexy personality. They have
Because
charisma.
you know what? Wes is somebody that I really like.
Oh God, don't inflate his ego. He'll
What
never
is
go
that?
away now.
And what does that mean?
I'm just saying that he's a really nice person and that I enjoy his company. And
Right. And does
if he's okay with fluffy people, you know.
Well, you like him. Have you talked to him, seen him, all that stuff?
I talk to Wes a lot, except for the
Right.
last week or so. I've been kind of
Do you video chat with him?
no.
Okay, so if he video chatted with you and
Well, he's a teeny tiny little scrawny thing because I seen him, but he's a
oh,
little teeny tiny thing. He wears a size medium shirt, y'all.
well, I'm saying some people don't like that they're skinny.
Oh, I'm okay with anything. I love people.
You know why?
are
Oh my
nice
gosh. Oh my
guys
gosh, Kathy,
everywhere.
you might like him for who he is.
I do
Imagine
like
that.
who he is.
Okay, can you imagine that if somebody liked you for who you were? Oh my.
No,
Talking.
that would never happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen over here. It doesn't happen over there. It doesn't happen over.
Never.
Kathy, shut the fuck up. We love you.
I know, but I like Wes. I like Wes a lot. Never
Oh,
mind.
you're gonna make his head explode, and I'm not talking about the one on his shoulders. Stop it. He's gonna make
I
a mess in
know,
my
but I
chat.
do like Wes a lot.
He's gonna make a mess in my chat, and I'm not cleaning that up.
You crack me up. I'm just saying, I like Wes a lot, but I don't think Wes would like me.
Oh my God. Really? You can't tell that Wes likes you?
Wes likes what he thinks of me based on what he's seen. He doesn't like me based on what he knows.
Oh, really? So
Really?
we don't like you for your personality and all of that?
What I
That
love
doesn't
you.
matter. Does your personality go away? Your kindness, your heart, does all that go away with extra weight?
No.
All right, then.
He said Kathy has a big heart. That's what's important. That's right.
Oh,
I don't think you're giving Wes enough credit. And
Yeah,
you should.
you're not giving
oh
yourself
my
enough
God,
credit.
y'all are ganging up on me. Holy
Yes,
crap.
we are. Yes, we are.
I
Because we can see it. Because from the outside, we can see it. I mean, my God, the man follows you around YouTube. He literally has you low jack. He knows where you are. Okay.
He follows around somebody he thinks I am.
You are your personality. Your looks have nothing to do with it.
Well,
Absolutely
I am.
nothing to do
That's
with it.
my fucking picture right there that
And
you see, but
it is your picture. So
it is. I'm just fluffier right now because I'm on meds.
and you're fine. You know,
Gosh, what difference does it make?
yeah.
I don't know that. You know what? I've been stung a lot in my life, so that's where that shit comes from.
Sometimes you have to let go of the ghosts of your past in order to have a present and a future.
I mean, like I would totally move to Colorado.
Ah, hell, now he's never gonna. We are not gonna be able to live with Wes after that comment.
Wes, I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting off my long hair.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I'll get you from here.
I'm gonna cut it off. It's driving me crazy.
I'll get you from here. You'll cut it off, and the next day you'll wake up and I'll be back. I have a spell for that, you know.
See, so Wes wouldn't like if I cut my hair off.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. He said
He
it.
would.
I like Kathy's long hair is a bonus.
Yeah, it's a bonus. It's not the main thing.
I chopped my hair off, Wes.
See,
My
he said
husband
your choice.
could. My husband,
He says your choice, but he wishes
he doesn't care if I have my hair long, short, whatever.
Oh my God, Wes. Really?
Really?
See, that's the thing. I don't look at looks either. I look at a person's personality and their heart. That's what draws me.
Oh,
Can
shit,
you imagine? Can you imagine?
Have you seen my ex-husband? Really?
I'm 100. Hey, by personality, I'm 115-pound bombshell. Okay, but to look at the real thing, you're like, ew.
Cody.
I know, right? But the real deal is not that. The real deal is not like that. So. Oh my God, TG, you don't. Well, I won't say don't say it. You'll summon it because it never comes in here. But
why did he say really? See, he is biased.
What do you mean? By
We're
what?
all biased.
Really?
We're all biased because we love you for who you are and what you represent and what you do. Your looks have nothing to do with it.
Okay,
nothing.
I'm fucking chunky because of the prednisone right now.
It doesn't matter whether you were pregnant or not.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change who you are.
Yeah, I don't want Jeffrey following me.
Who?
Nobody wants Jeffrey following them. He says he's working on an oyster farm now. I bet you the oysters will run away from him too.
I'm just saying, you know. I like Wes.
Yeah.
I like Wes a lot.
Okay, Kathy's cut off. No more gummies for her.
Yeah, right?
Why?
Because you're out of control, girl. You're going to inflate Wes's ego. He's not going to fit in the chat anymore.
Right?
Wes,
All,
move
all
here.
sheep shall pale in comparison now. Those poor lonely sheep.
No, don't say sheep. Bah!
Oh, now he's. I'm glad I woke up today. What the hell is going on in here? Welcome, Wes. Actually, I'm going to be ending it in a couple of minutes because I want everybody to be able to take a break before they go to good news.
That's right. Good news. Let's go infiltrate Victoria and Robin.
'Cause we haven't had enough laughter. We need more.
Oh my God.
Meh.
All right, I got to go make my leaning green.
Well, you go, girl.
All right, love you, gals. Love you,
Love you,
people.
Donna. Thanks
Bye,
for coming on panel.
See you later.
Bye, honey.
Donna. Holy crapoly.
And crapoli.
I said holy crapoly.
It's a new Italian dish. Mario makes it.
Italian edition.
Crapoli.
A crapoly. Holy crapoly.
Yep, it's a break before good news. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for almost 4 hours. And
Oh, I love you, Kodi.
thank you, Kathy. I love you too. Thank you for coming up on panel, my favorite giggle girl. I love that giggle.
Love you.
Everybody have a great day, and we will see you with good news if you're going to be there. And I usually give people a chance to put in links, but fuck y'all. You know you should have put it in there. So
I'm gonna just start with a gummy and catch up.
you might want to start with a handful if you're going to try and catch up. TG.
Wes doesn't want me.
TG, just because we're leaving doesn't mean you don't get put in time out for that shit.
Bye, toilet girl.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
Bye, y'all.